I got it tuned up. Here we are back at the scene of the crime to talk Niners football. But you noticed the same thing I noticed yesterday. 3 years ago, when the Niners were still working hard on the brick-by-brick phase of developing the team, Coach Shanahan and GM John Lynch were attempting to add the biggest playmakers available to the roster. You remember that? We lost out on all of them. OBJ was one of the players sought after by Coach Shanahan, as you know. And however, the star receiver's price has went up since we missed out on that trade from New York. Damn, it went way up. As did the situation change. It's just not really favorable. But you know, it's kind of a hypothetical thing. I'm just thinking about it. I want to get your feedback on it, too. We're going to be taking your calls tonight for a thumbs up or down about the Niners even getting involved in the OBJ trades right along with everything. I love doing that. It's just a loud, obnoxious nature. But it's a little bit of sadness. I don't know. Maybe you don't feel that way, but the writing has been on the wall for Sherm for a while now. In fact, Sherm put the writing up as he has long been preparing to become a free agent in March. I'm saying this back in December, that it might take a miracle for him to return to the 49ers in 2021. That miracle's not going to happen. It's been confirmed that miracle is definitely not going to happen. Sherm's had a conversation with Kyle and John and said it was made pretty clear the team and player would be going separate ways. According to Sherm, quote, it was a good conversation. Nothing crazy. Just a good conversation about where they are and where I am and their plans. We were both very positive and as good as you can be in a situation like this, unquote, according to Chris Bitterman of the Sacramento Bee. And in line with today's subject matter, the Niners drafted wide receivers the past 2 years who figured to line up as a team starters for at least the next 2 seasons. Hopefully, Debo and Ayuk will stay upright. This goes for every guy on our team. I know Jimmy G, yeah. Man, the injuries are running rampant through. And I've checked out, there's some injuries running all over the league, too. But the Niners have plenty of offseason work ahead to build more depth around Ayuk and Debo no matter what. KB is scheduled to be a free agent. Now, that means, as the roster currently stands, Richie James is the 49ers' number 3 guy. And the only other receiver who had more than 10 receptions in 2020. In 40 games over 3 seasons, James has just 38 receptions for 689 yards and 3 touchdowns. That little amount of production may not be all his fault, though, but it is what it is. And, it's there may be a lot of reasons for that other than what we see. Trent Taylor began the season as the 49ers slot receiver before getting benched due to his lack of production. This is a year where whatever you did, you got to put some numbers up somewhere else. Yeah, he's scheduled for unrestricted free agency as well. The 49ers will probably prioritize an upgrade for the slot to find a shifty receiver who can get open quickly as a reliable third option. So we don't have Jimmy G standing back there figuring, oh, Jesus, what am I going to do with only seconds to go before that defense comes? See, this is why when I get all worked up. And people, Jimmy G, you're still holding the ball, man. It's just getting him sacked. You need to watch what's going on the field. You don't understand what's going on there. Sometimes when G eats that ball like that, it was because somebody failed. That's why Kyle's been crying for wide receivers for how many years? As he announced last year, even before the Super Bowl year, I'm looking for somebody to step up. Step up means people wasn't stepping up. So, this is why I've always said, man, you get up off of Jimmy, man. Y'all don't even know. There's more to do with just the quarterback in those situations. Wait. According to Matt Mayoko, the Niners would like to re-sign KB, but after he earned $3.259 million last year, he could be in line for a sizable pay bump that the 49ers might not be prepared to pay. Bourne posted a career best in 2020 with 49 receptions for 670 yards, 667 yards. He started 5 of the 15 games in which he played. KB Jacksonville, you know what? KB, Jacksonville's Keelan Cole, and Cleveland's Rashard Higgins are 4-year NFL veterans of comparable age and production who should warrant similar contracts as unrestricted free agents. By the way, seems Rashard Higgins has got some, is it him? He's got the green hands? Dude never drops the ball. He's way better than KB. The other guy, I think, is Keelan Cole. He's a guy who drops the ball more than KB. So he's, why would you do that? It is doubtful, anyway, the 49ers would be willing to pay any receiver on the open market what they are willing to pay to bring back KB. He's the guy who's polishing the system. This is very essential in Kyle's system. If you're coming in and learning on this team, it's too late. This is a Super Bowl team. We don't have time for you to figure things out. We got to go. With that figures to be another deep class of wideouts in this draft. The Niners are likely to devote a draft pick to bolster position. But you can't do that in round 3. The Niners are scheduled to have a compensatory pick at the end of round 3, as well as one fourth-round selection, and there are 3 more picks in the 5th round. The thing is, KB was an undrafted free agent, so it's not impossible to find a solid receiver in the late rounds. Trent Taylor was until all of a sudden, I don't know what happened to him. Maybe the back or something, maybe still bother him, I don't know. But Jalen Hurd, a third round pick in 2019, has appeared in only one exhibition game in the 2 seasons with the 49ers. If he could only heal up, that would be the bomb. I just know he'd be badass if he could just get out of preseason. Dude spent his rookie season on the injured reserve with a stress fracture in his back. They wouldn't even let him ride in the airplane on the way back up. And he couldn't go to the Super Bowl because they were worried about jarring his back. Oh, last summer he sustained a torn ACL while conditioning on the side for Jalen was on the side field on the first day of practice at training camp. Oh. At this stage, any production from Hurd would have to be considered a bonus. Dude is 6'5", 230 pounds of rage and fury. Oh, he'd be, Jalen, you got it. This has got to be the year Jalen's got to get out of preseason, and he's got to hit the field, and he's got to stay up. Dude had pre-injury version of Hurd, had versatility to line up anywhere on the offensive formation. He could have been a tight end. You need a running back. He could do that. You want a wide receiver? Hell yeah. He was all of that in a bag of chips. Shanahan envisioned deploying Hurd in no-huddle situations when the defense is unable to substitute personnel, right, to maximize favorable matchups. Shanahan was going to sting him with Hurd. He's going to sting him. Oh, man. Which brings me to today's subject. And by the way, not only is OBJ looking like a possible cap casualty, Eagles tight end Zach Ertz and Patriots cornerback Stephon Gilmore, they're also reportedly among the notable trade candidates to watch in the days ahead. We don't need Ertz so much because we can get Pitts out of Florida if we needed a tight end that bad. Hey, get him out there. But you know what, though? Later for Pitts, if you got Ertz and Kittle, game over. For any team we come up against, actually. I don't know how good Pitts is going to be, but I do know how good Ertz is. So all 3 of those guys, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler and Dan Graziano reported yesterday the expected drop in salary cap because of the impact of the coronavirus pandemic will lead some teams to trade high-priced players, creating an opportunity for front offices with financial wiggle room, right? Which is something we might even end up doing, too. I don't know. Fowler and Graziano, they wrote, quote, more than ever, execs are willing to get at least discuss possibilities with big-ticket players. Huge ticket players. 13 teams have more than $20 million in cap space. Others will need to get creative while trying to get there, but we got Parag Marathi. Parag is like the savant of this kind of BS. We've already received a taste of what could become a memorable offseason, with the same old sorry-ass Rams acquiring Matthew Stafford from the Lions for a pair of first-round draft picks. Wait, it's not finished. A third-round selection and added Jared Goff in exchange, as if all the added picks were necessary to glue that together. They had a bunch. We're running up. I know, seriously, man. The Three Stooges have got to be resurrected and running that front office. And I think the deal was pretty silly on the Rams' part, but it may, it take that kind of foolishness to pull an OBJ deal off anyway if we were going to consider that. And who knows? Maybe this will work for the Rams. You can't say so soon, right? But it just reeks of just wow. You gave up all that. Some league talking heads at this hour believe that move firmly, though, would place the Rams in the group of veteran contenders for 2021. And other teams that feel they're a piece or two away from contention will likely consider similar dealings. What's interesting as far as the Niners are concerned is that Beckham, Ertz, and Gilmore could have a big impact on the roster, but only one of them would even be considered. That's my guess. You ain't going to be trying to make up all. That's too much money. We don't even have close to that. But then again, we don't have enough money to sign anybody. Because you look at what the 49ers have right now, and what most likely Trent Williams is going to require, we don't have any money. We don't have it. So I don't know what they're going to do. Well, they're going to do it, but I don't know how. OBJ was limited to 7 appearances in 2020 before suffering a season-ending a torn ACL. I know. Ronbo, man, we got enough people running around a locker room now in wheelchairs. We don't need no OBJ in his ACL. Well, the thing is, though, you get OBJ, Ayuk, and Debo for some reason at some point together. Ooh-wee. I don't give a damn if Jimmy G's a quarterback. You can say what you want to about him. He will not have a trouble with that. Now, OBJ had previously recorded at least 1,000 receiving yards in 5 of his first 6 years, split between Cleveland and the New York Giants. That is a resume of a number one receiver, of which Shanahan has been trying to land since his arrival. That's why they were going hardcore for him year before last. It's a similar story for Ertz, who missed 5 games last season with an ankle injury. Before that, he was one of the league's most impactful tight ends, scoring 22 touchdowns from 2017 through 2019. Good God. Gilmore was a 2019 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, but likewise only played 11 games in 2020 because of time on the COVID-19 list and a partial torn quadricep. See, Jimmy's not the only guy that gets hurt. See, this is what I'm trying to tell people. We're real players that don't get hurt. What are you, stupid or what? Players, this is football. Ain't nobody guaranteed not to get hurt. So, I get all emotional about that subject because, as a player, anyway. But since all these stars seem injury prone, you got to be careful talking about these guys, right? The anti-Jimmy guys are going to go, hey! And I know it, but it's true. Interested teams would be betting on a bounce-back year from any one of those 3 players. But there's no doubting their game-changing upside when they are healthy. When you combine their potential availability with the trade request from Deshaun Watson, the NFL landscape, it's going to look quite different this year, fam. Provided the Texans do finally say, Deshaun, man, get, okay, go, man, go. You know what, though? I checked into a potential deal for OBJ that Washington might be in line for. Beckham Jr. has a $15 million cap hit next year, which Washington, they can afford. Still, that number is a bit steep and takes away from his overall value at this hour. Given Washington's draft position, it would be surprising if the Browns got back a first-round pick. You ain't got to give up first-round picks for nobody laying up in an ACL. How bad do the Browns want to say goodbye to Mrs. Brown's, or should I say, Mrs. Beckham's baby boy? Getting two draft picks for a player like Beckham, who has come off major injury, would be a win for Cleveland's point of view anyway. But for now, such a trade seems unlikely. But given what's already transpired this offseason, never say never. Give him a second and third round. You know what, though? Give him 2 third rounds because we got plenty of third rounders. Then we don't lose nothing. We figure out how to pay him next year because the cap, I don't know what he's getting paid this. The cap hit next year. You restructure OBJ now to make it comfortable to him. Listen, you know what? You know where we're going with you. You got 2 guys in there going to help you out a lot. You got Jimmy. He can get it done. So we've already been to the Super Bowl once. You could make it twice. What do you think? Next year we backload that contract? I bet he'd say yeah, because he didn't want to go to Cleveland in the first place. But I don't know what he's going to be like after that ACL injury. For a wide receiver, that's really a serious thing. We'd have to wait almost a year now. He's 28. Yeah, it's a little old. And Guerrero points that out too. Ronbo, we don't need an old receiver and problems either. Okay, I'm not going to argue. That's absolutely right. There's no questioning that, Guerrero. You're absolutely right. I agree. Big boys, Guerrero, thanks for the contribution. Big boys climb on big rigs as Rams fans. Jimmy G is the Rams' daddy, 4-0. I know, this is my Stafford ain't going to make no difference, man. Jimmy G, he owns them people, man. 49ers Ultimate Report, 2021 offseason will impact all 32 teams. This is very, very, very true. At any rate, let's talk. Oh, and Manny asks, hey, Manny, I haven't seen Manny puts that sign up there. Hey, yo, Ronbo, shout out from Bend, Oregon. Manny, Horatio, my dude, my man in arms in Twitter. There was reports saying the 49ers called about OBJ, but then he told us, well, yeah. Well, that was, but yeah, I know about that one a while back, but I don't know if they're calling now, though. Kyle will. He'll say, listen, you guys want to unload OBJ, right? I'm not giving you any first-round picks. Okay, what are you willing to offer? I'll give you a couple of thirds. I tell you what, I'll give you a couple of thirds in a second next year. Deal. I bet that would work. Maybe not 2/3. Well, see what you can do. Give him a fourth. DJ Malone. Hey, I'm unsure of OBJ. Is that a Tokyo tea you're drinking? Is Jimmy G going to look like it? It's a Jimmy G tea. Is Jimmy G going to look like Broly from Dragon Ball Super? Absolutely. I got all the confidence in the world. You know what's going to make Jimmy badass next year, too? All the BS that's been flying around him. He reacts like you never tell what he's thinking, right? Because he doesn't react. All his boys do. I mean, George Kittle and the guys will come after you with a vengeance if you talk about him in front of them. But he never says a word. So I'm thinking G's going to be really outrageously good next year. His second year with Kyle Shanahan, I got big plans for that dude. The O-line and secondary need fixing ASAP. Kyle, John, play 4D chess. Yes. Mark Rich, note OBJ. Yes to Von Miller. I've heard Von Miller's name mentioned several times. Miller's having some legal problems, though? Did somebody say something about that the other day? I didn't know. I forgot to go look into that. Hey, Tom.
Ronbo.
Tom.
I'm number one today.
Yeah, you are. You're always number one, Tom. All right. Tom, man, I'm telling you, man, the OBJ thing, man, as soon as I read that, I was like, here we go. He's got an ACL injury. Will he come back from it feeling like OBJ? I bet you Kyle's watering. His mouth is watering because you know how bad Kyle wanted OBJ. But, Freddie Gonzalez, it's me, Ronbo. Shout out from El Paso. Hey, Freddie. Anyway, Tom, what are your thinkings on that, man? Is it something I should get over?
I don't know. It sounds like clickbait to me, just like the last one.
Could be. But there are some teams that are going to be trying to unload. I still don't know. But you got a good point, though. Writers are going berserk right now. When they get tired of talking about Jimmy and Deshaun Watson, they go to other extremes, and this would work,
Yeah, I mean, this is the most stressful offseason of all time.
I know, right?
This nonsense about getting rid of Bosa, trading Bosa. We're not going to get rid of Bosa for freaking Watson and all that crap.
Grant Cohn is selling that right now.
Oh, God, I know. He wants to trade Bosa to move up to get the second pick to get the best lineman or the offensive lineman, Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. No.
Oh, God. I mean,
we've been wanting a pass rush for years, and we finally get it. Now we're just going to throw it down the toilet?
No.
Come on, man.
It's not happening. If you want to go get Sewell, just find another way. You're not using Bosa. God.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
I mean,
but Grant's probably thinking that would be like nobody's going to say no to Bosa, right? So that's the thinking there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Tom.
I mean, I'd love to have OBJ. I mean, He's great. I don't think he's worth first round like you said. And
No.
Of course, we're
I
not going
wouldn't
to give
do it
him
either.
first.
He's got an injury.
Nah.
And this if you're going to pick him, this would be the time to go get him. Because like you're saying and I'm saying,
True.
ain't going to get no first round pick. The dude is coming off an
True.
injury. You guys need to take anything on offer. But, you never know. We say we'll give you a third this year and a second next year. So, and a fourth. We'll give you a third and a fourth this year and a second next year. Here's the thing. The guy down the street or the Rams will say, listen,
Yes.
we don't have any first-round picks for the next 4 years, but listen, in 2026,
Oh, God.
we'll give you a
I know they'd be so stupid to do that, wouldn't they?
they would,
And I
Tom.
don't want
the Ram.
Oh God.
I'm telling you, that's a strange organization. God.
Oh, they would just want to do it just so we don't get him, because then we'll use them to destroy them like we do every freaking year.
Strategic move on their part for personnel. You're right. That's exactly what that would be. Because when you start reaching like that, it's out of fear.
Those dirty lambs. They're dirty, aren't they?
and silly.
Oh man. Rudy's not here tonight, but we'll wait for him to come. Oh, there he is. He just showed up.
That's all you got to do is mention the Rams. He comes right, rolling in. Guys, if Rudy comes in, slam the door on his toes.
Rudy and his boyfriend, Rams don't own anything. They sure don't own us, with the other way around.
But, Tom, the thing is, though, is there a pick in the second or third round? I don't know when the 49ers should be looking at a wide receiver. I imagine it'd be in the third round because we got so many picks in the third round, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Have you seen any wide receivers that make you crazy? So
Well,
far?
I've only seen Devontae Smith, but he's going to be
first
gone.
round.
I've seen some. I can't remember their names.
You see, that's not good because if you can't remember the names, they didn't impress you that much, Because everybody knows Bama's Devontae,
Yeah.
I still like that
yeah.
big tight end. If I'm going for hands, just hands and guys can do other things, because Shanahan's offense is about players with non-description, You got Debo. Debo does a number of things.
Yep.
You got Juice. They got him in the first place who does a number of things. You get that big tight end out of the U. Uh-oh, he can do a lot of things, include catch the ball, run routes. He's got speed. He's big. So, I don't know. If we could pick up Pitts. Oh, Tom, man.
No, he's going to be gone before 12.
I know, but I like to sit there and watch the draft with you and everybody else. I mean, you see the camera go black, It's like, damn it,
Yeah.
got you. You picked up Pitts. Get the fuck. I'd go nuts. No, you didn't. Woo! So, that ain't going to happen.
You see your good friend Joseph Smiley's back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's...
Yeah. Shit.
Don't have any mercy on Smiley. Whatever he says, just beat him up. But yeah,
I think yeah.
Yeah, that's a. But Tom, okay, I got your vote. We're gonna go. You're saying yay or nay for Odell for the reasons we explained or we said.
Oh yeah, I forgot to add one thing. Like he's kind of weird in the locker room. I hear.
You heard right too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that a nay?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if
We'll see.
if
You
we
could
can
be
get
right.
2/3 for him, if we get 2/3, one this year and one next year, I'll take it.
There you go. Low price them, and that'll be what we do. Otherwise, we keep moving. All right. Tom, let me see you. I'll be back Friday.
All right, I'll see you then. Have
All
a
right.
good one.
Hey, you too, Tom.
All right.
Night.
Later.
And we go to Dre from SF. We got two Dre's. We got one from New York and one from San Francisco. Hey, Dre.
What up, Ronbo?
Dre, man, I'm
What
just
up,
like,
Ronbo?
I'm laughing at OBJ being a bit. They could, Tom made a good point. They might be lying and just trying to get people's attention. But OBJ, Ertz, and Gilmore, people talking about getting rid of them because it's capitalists get paid too much money. And we need a quarterback. We need possibly a wide receiver since Kendrick is probably going to be the third choice if we don't draft somebody that's less expensive, that's worth a damn. You know what I'm saying, Trey? So, it's funny the situation we're in right now. What are you thinking about OBJ?
Well, I think that, no. I mean, he's a damn good player, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, from what I'm hearing, when I see on, he's a locker room guy. Like, he disrupts the locker room.
Not only that, Drake, OBJ got famous. Remember that last year with the Browns? He came out there wearing some shoes that he knew were illegal. And he had to stop. They had to stop the game for him to go change shoes. Odell, what are you doing, man? God. Right.
I was reading. I was on Twitter and some things. Did you see the video with O.J. Simpson? When he said that.
Somebody tried to show. What did he say? Because I got clicked on. Ronbo, man, you go listen to Odell. I mean, OJ. And it was about knocking Jimmy. What did he say? Because I didn't click it.
Oh, he didn't knock Jimmy at all. He didn't knock him at all. He said just the situation that's at hand, how the cap casualties and all that he brings. So if you either get rid of him and get either Deshaun Watson or trade up to get a better pick in the draft. I mean, at this stage, I've been hearing a lot of talk that the Niners are starting to look at rebuilding because they're starting to lose a lot of key pieces. And we got Bosa, we got the tight end position, we got the running back position, but the positions that's most important is something we do not have. Cornerbacks and the quarterback.
So start to rebuild now?
That's what I was reading.
Where'd you read that? Send me that link. I never read.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to your Twitter. I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter.
Right.
And I seen the video where they was talking about it too. I'm like, why? And then I heard that Kyle Shanahan this season is the season to make or break with Jimmy and with himself. Otherwise, he's gonna be on the hot seat next. So then we're gonna be looking for another coach. And I'm like, well, didn't he get an extension? It don't make sense. But
yeah, where'd that article come from?
Coming out the.
It sounds like Mike Florio.
Mike Florio.
I guessed it.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. He said he's close with Kyle's dad, and Kyle's dad told him. He said Kyle earlier on the show. He said Kyle's dad told him to bet the whole farm on Washington. The whole farm out there for any player up for grabs. That's what his daddy told him. I said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's going too far.
Watch out for Mike Florio. Florio's been hating G ever since Super Bowl year. And after, Florio is not to be taken seriously. Because the 49ers, they need to go ahead and get that fuel back on the team and save as many guys as they can from that Super Bowl year, which is a lot of them, and give it another shot. If that fails, because now you've wasted George Kittle's time, you've wasted Fred Warner's time, you've wasted a lot of players' time. Trent Williams is not interested in rebuilding. Are you going to sign him or what? This is like why Florio is so full of crap.
I heard that they're bringing back. I heard from the Niners organization, they said that they're for surely bringing back Kyle Juszczyk and who else? A few cornerbacks.
Oh yeah.
They signed the safety.
Okay.
They said they're bringing back. They're trying to bring back. What's his name? I keep forgetting the dude's name. I don't know why. What is his name? Everybody on the show keeps talking about him.
What position?
He played cornerback.
Jason Verrett.
Jason Verrett. Yeah.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Verrett. They said that they're going to bring him back because they let Richard Sherman go.
Yeah, this is why Mike Florio needs to get an enema at least twice a week. He is so full of it. There's no way you're bringing all those guys back to start a rebuild. Because now you've exhausted all your funds. You want to start a rebuild, you start doing like some of these other guys. You start getting rid of everybody. Anybody that costs any money.
No, I mean, I understand what he's saying. He's saying basically they'll be in a rebuild if Kyle don't go nowhere this season.
No. And you don't bring Deshaun Watson in for a rebuild. You don't
bring no type of caliber player back in. No, he said if you don't succeed to get the quarterbacks of his position.
Yeah, that's $35 million next year. Okay, when the season starts, $35 million for Deshaun Watson. So that's what I'm telling you. Wait until next year before you start listening to Mike Florio. Mike Florio is
Because they said that he said that we were only going to have to pay $10 million for Deshaun
this year.
Texans going to have to eat 20 of the rest of that.
This year. But if you're talking about rebuild,
then we can extend him.
If you're talking about rebuild,
no. He's saying that if Kyle don't get Deshaun or get a top, a top 10 quarterback, or elite quarterback, then after this year,
after this year,
rebuild time.
After this year, because a lot of people aren't, but I'm curious as hell to see what Jimmy looks like in a second year with Kyle Shanahan, especially with the weapons he's got.
That's what I want to see, a healthy Jimmy G. A healthy Jimmy G. And I would love to see him with Odell, but, I mean, our line is garbage. And Mostert was recruiting linemen on Twitter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you have to you have to let the process work out. The 49ers, you know how many ticket holders and please they'd be pissed the 49ers went into nosedive before the season started. That would piss off Jed York. Yeah, that's another thing. Jed's not going to go for a rebuild right now.
I said no, not right now. I wasn't taking it as in right now. I was taking it as in the future.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, I understand. I heard of a lot of people saying that. I mean, I heard a lot of around the NFL on those shows say how it's starting Kyle don't do nothing. We didn't have a few years.
Yeah, nobody believes in Jimmy. And also, being out 2 years already, that's been a problem. So we've had one good year, and that 1 year good year is when he stayed upright all year long, which it should have been the year before. That's why I know Kyle's put too much time into this to just say goodbye. But we're going to see. He's got two good receivers now, and we haven't had that before. We had Debo was a rookie, though, and Emmanuel Sanders. And look what happened there.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you going to do? What if you get three good receivers, which actually Kendrick can actually provide that third receiver. So that's why I'm saying they'll wait. Anyway, but Dre,
I heard Jalen Hurd was coming back too.
If only, God.
I hope they sit him down throughout the
preseason,
postseason.
Dre, we got to go. We're way out of time. Let me see Friday, okay?
All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam.
Have a good night. Bless you.
You. And there he is, Rudy, with those charming words of wit. Just came in to hang with the Niner NFC West basement dwellers here to bless you with my presence. Kind of drafty down here in NFC West basement. I think he thinks he stays up all day and all night. Well, he stays up all night waiting until this point in the day to come in and drop his little cute digs. Good, Rudy.
Yeah.
That was clever. I was impressed. Derek, I think you bored Derek to death.
Ronbo, why does that guy keep? Man, we swapped him the last 2 years in a row. What happens if we sweep him again? What's it gonna be?
He used to be trying to come up with these little quips. He just, that's the only thing he can do.
So, he said something about us being in last place, but remember, we eliminated the Cardinals from the playoff race, and we swept them.
Yeah.
So what does that matter?
Yeah.
We can hang. Our team was hurt. He ain't got no excuse.
Yeah, and his team was pretty healthy, and they still got bounced. So
damn right.
Yeah,
damn right. So
let's be quiet, Rudy.
Right.
Be quiet.
Yeah, I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. So,
but Derek,
Ronbo. But let's get down to business. What you got? What you got, Ronbo?
Yeah, I'm looking at OBJ, and there's been rumor or Fowler from ESPN. He's always got something going. Anyway, he's got OBJ, Ertz, and Gilmore. It's funny, but the thing about it is, all three of those positions we could actually use. If you were going to pick one between the three, OBJ, remember how Shanahan was really after him a couple of years ago. And I was wondering what he would give to get OBJ. If you like that idea, or should we just keep moving?
I think we should keep moving on the OBJ at this point. I mean, I think that's just water under the bridge. I think that's what I'm saying. I think we're loaded with draft picks for the next 2 years at least, depending on if we give anything up to move. Even if we could pick up by moving down in the draft. or moving up, moving down.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that, Ron. I'm more concerned. Like, I'm gonna keep preaching it. Just get Jimmy back and get damn protection, man. I mean, I'm not worried about anything but that protection.
And I'm sure the 49ers are concerned with that. That is probably going to be really high priority. If not first round, definitely second round. So, yeah, they know.
Exactly.
They know.
And then
crying about Jimmy and get him some protection. Yeah.
Yeah, just protect. Why can't we just protect the damn quarterback like it's supposed? We just saw it in the Super Bowl, the difference. We just saw it.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Derek, that is the perfect example. Mr. Golden Boy, face of the NFL, headed for the Hall of Fame already, was on his horse all game long.
Game,
3 points. 3 points, Derek. 3 points from the most prolific offense in the NFL. Why? Because the offensive line couldn't protect him. The defense of the Bucs ran him into a new record for negative rushing yards.
So I'm not concerned with all the talk. You know, they're talking about Wentz. He's the flavor of the week now. Carson Wentz. That guy's beat up too.
No, Wentz ain't.
He misses games. I mean.
Well, you know what's
you
funny
can't even make a case for Wentz, though, because Nick Foles got them through the playoffs. He wasn't even there. And he won the Super Bowl. So I don't know. It's just anything's better than Jimmy. You know how it goes. But I'm focused on the protection, Rombo.
The 49ers already made that clear.
I'm waiting for news. Whatever we're going to do with the center, I need to see D Ford going. I want to talk realistic. Those contracts need to be dealt with before Jimmy. Those are way more important because neither one of them played a snap. Not a snap, Ronbo.
I know. You don't really worry about that, though. You're going to get rid of them in June in order to avoid the expense. You're going to send them out there in June. It's too late for them to get a job. You know what? Hey, Derek, this is going to be a cruel summer. It's a cruel,
it's going to be interesting,
cruel summer.
I did see some mock drafts. I saw a couple mock drafts that tied us to Smith out of Alabama, the receiver.
Really? Yeah, I saw that.
I
didn't take it seriously.
I mean, that's interesting. He's pretty shifty. I don't know what his speed is, but he's pretty damn shifty. He can lose people, kind of like a better Dante Pettis. From what I saw, he's hard to guard, but he's just thin.
I mean,
he's so thin, Ron. But that is scary.
Man, he gets one hit.
He's one hit away from a broken leg.
Yeah.
I mean. So, I would rather Kyle Pitts could be. He could be a good pickup if we can get him. I don't know.
See, because I could put Ayuk. Or Debo in the slot.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking about the loss of Kendrick. It's still, you can still upgrade the receiver core without, in the draft. I mean, it's crazy because we have a decent amount of draft picks the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting, Ronbo. Outside of the quarterback talk, we can make a lot of moves.
Oh yeah,
protection, Ronbo. That's what I'm gonna say. Protect the guy.
Yeah.
You want him to do something, protect him.
Exactly. No matter who you got.
And why do people say Jimmy's not? He's not mobile. Jimmy runs for like first downs, Ronbo. I was looking at some of the. What are they talking about? He can't move. He moves.
Listen, they have manufactured.
Remember when he beat the Rams? He rolled out to his right and threw to George Kittle. He was damn near out of bounds when he threw that ball. So I don't know, man.
They're gonna the JG Haters Club is manufacturing, and they love to bring up the George Kittle. It's Jimmy's fault. Why George got hurt? Threw the ball up there too high. He's always making them throws. Okay.
He's the only one who throws balls like that, Ronbo. But protection. I want O-line and defense, maybe edge rusher.
Yeah.
Yep. So keep it rolling, Ronbo.
That's another thing. Edge rusher, I'm telling you, Derek, I can't wait to see first time.
There's other needs other than quarterback. I'm just telling you.
Oh, well, yeah, lots. I can't wait till draft night, though. This is going to be that's going to be entertainment plus. And rumors are going to be flying. John Lynch is going to start lying sometime after, I'd say right after the free agency period.
Somebody.
Yeah, just to make a fool. Because John Lynch makes a fool out of at least a GM every year.
Yep. And as far as these, real quick, Rama, before I walk out, the Colts still need a quarterback. So I think the Colts, the Bears, there's other teams that need one more than us as far as the veterans go.
Mm-hmm.
So Keep it rolling, Ronbo.
All right, Dick, look for you Friday.
O-line.
All right,
All right,
fam.
man.
Night.
Night, brother.
Night. Yeah, in fact, I understand the Colts are not upping their offer to the Eagles for Carson Wentz. So that deal's going back and forth. I don't know what it's going, but pretty much that's a deal that's up in progress right now. 49ers Ultimate Report. Thank you, fam. He says, Rams fans say 49er fans in the basement. Sure. That's the only thing they can say. And I mean, it's like the Hawks. They got nothing they can say now either. The embarrassment of being a Rams and Hawks, at least when we do go to the playoffs, we're serious about it. When they go in there, they're just going in there wasting people's time. Hey, John.
Ronbo.
John, I was noticing the OBJ thing going on. John, your feelings on adding a 28-year-old OBJ that's convalescing?
I actually don't know what to say because Odell Beckham is a good wide receiver.
Yeah.
But the question is, just like everybody, what is it going to cost the 49ers? And it's so funny how these writers and people who work on these sports, channels, and they make a lot of money, and they write a lot of things to be nice, kind of stupid, but we have to read them because, we're interested. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to OBJ, I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest. I don't want him. I don't want him because, of course, he has a reputation. I want the ball. I want the ball. I want the ball. Mm. If it didn't work with Baker Mayfield, and you saw how Cleveland played without him, and even when he got there last year, what is he going to do different where the quarterback is healthy? They have a great offensive line, one of the best offensive line in the AFC. Mm-hmm. And he's going to come over here, and what is he going to do for us? Because we have two wide receivers, in my mind. Debo, when he's healthy, he's dangerous. Ayuk, when he's healthy, dangerous. And when George Kittle's on the field, where is he going to get the ball? So it doesn't make any sense. I don't want him, I'll be honest. And then when it comes to the free agency, market, just like I said, every team's going to be affected. Playoff teams like New Orleans, they don't know if their quarterback's coming back. He says he wants to retire. They're over the cap. A lot of those players are going to go to other teams. So New Orleans, they're probably going to suffer. Green Bay, they're in a mess too. Their quarterback's like, I don't want to be there if the coach is going to make bad plays.
It's worse than that. He plans on making them pay him more money. He's a little pissed off about last year. That's revenge for him.
And then Russell Wilson, I don't know if he's happy anymore in Seattle. No. Could he be leaving? So when I look at the 49ers, we don't have drama. The players are not like, we don't see Jimmy Garoppolo every day. The 49ers fans don't want me. I want to know. He's quiet. He's, doing, what he's supposed to do. George Kittle is like saying, this team is a Super Bowl team. Fred Warner, this team's a Super Bowl team. The 49ers right now are the team right now that they're quiet, but we're making so much noise in the free agent market because people like Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman and, this Fabiano guy and all these other guys from the NFL, are starting, controversy. We know what's going to happen in San Francisco. Unfortunately, week 1, Jimmy Garoppolo's under center. Mm-hmm. Will he be there week 17? We don't know.
No,
is he going to get hurt?
Yeah.
We don't know. Yeah. We don't know. But what happens if we have a great year? We don't know. So all I can say to all these speculations about OBJ and everybody else, Deshaun Watson, sure, let them talk because guess what? When week 1 happens, other teams are going to be more different than our team. We're going to keep that core team. We're going to lose a lot of players, not as much as we think. And guess what? We're going to have probably
the best season, and the guy from the Rams say that we're going to be at the basement. Jimmy Garoppolo's beating you 5 times. I'm just saying.
He's got a deed on the Rams. Oh, yeah, the Rams aren't the team that we have to be concerned with. You know what? We don't have to worry about any team as long as they stay healthy. Nobody's going to beat the 49ers if they stay healthy. Not with the guys we got, and not the way the glue is put together now. These guys have been together for years. They play fast. They can play quick. They pretty much know each other as well as you're going to know each other. Shoot, that's why I want that team. Leave it the hell alone and get them back out there. I'm just worried about injury. That's the only thing I worry about.
And injuries are going to happen in the NFL. Like, I've never met an NFL player that has told me, week 1, my body's healthy. Week 17, my body's healthy.
Yeah.
I've spoken to practice squad players, and they tell me, even though they don't play, even in the practices, they get hurt.
It's rough. This is why I get so, man, what are you talking about? He didn't stay healthy. What the you ever played ball? I always want to know, do you ever play ball before? You don't just stay healthy. You survive football. And then those are the guys. But if you get taken completely out, you're done. That's just it. For that season or whatever, you know?
All right, Ronbo, thanks very much for having me on. As always, go 49ers.
All right. And your timing's perfect, too. John, I'll see you Friday. All right.
Yeah, I'm getting better. You know, like I've seen in the chat some of the people that I go too long. So I try to respect your show. I don't want to go over. But thanks very much,
Appreciate
Ronbo.
that, fam. All right. Have a great night. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I know what you're thinking. Ronbo, what are you drinking, man? Well, now you know it. you know, it's single malt, but you got to be careful. You got to swallow. Don't go down the wrong pipe. That can kill a man. and if anybody knows, Niner Mike knows. Niner Mike, get in here. Mike, don't forget about it. Mike. I can't imagine Mike not answering the bell. Antonio Rosales, man, you are that's a big hater, boy. Like Jimmy's done like enough to avoid that kind of BS. Hey, Russell.
I see one right there.
Russell.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Ronbo? How you doing, my friend?
Man, Russell, man, I'm just sitting here like checking out everything that's being said right now is so much entertainment because it's off season, right? Writers are going. Oh yeah. I mean, they're going berserk right now, coming up with everything and anything. But I saw OBJ might be put up for sale in a few weeks. I says, what? And then I see Ertz and Gilmore. I said, really?
I seen that, so I figure I had to put in my 2 bits about that as well, being a Niner faithful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree with like the caller just a few times ago. You know, like I think OBJ he's a little bit of a drama. You know.
Oh, he is.
I mean, personally, I've always said, you know, we don't need those kind of cancerous players in our you know, locker room. You know, they can make a team go nuts. You know, with the drama. And although I think he's one of the better receivers, like, you know, when it comes down to it, like, he's pretty phenomenal with what he's done, but he's not great in my opinion. So, you know.
Yeah, he had Manning his first year, right? He didn't really do that much with Mayfield, but then again, that could have been the offensive coordinator too. He has to be used to be effective in a certain way.
Well, one thing I can say he can do is he can catch a ball.
Yeah, and once he gets it,
he can catch a ball.
He's gone. You talk about a deep threat. That, you know, because everybody's not a deep threat. Like the 49er fans, we don't go to fall deep enough. Well, you know, it's a two-way street. You got to have that kind of receiver too. But anyway, OBJ is one of those kind of guys. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because you get him cheap right now, Russell, really cheap, because he's injured. He's 28. And maybe like you're saying, he's causing drama in the locker room that he would get clear. With Kyle, you don't mess with Kyle like that. I got a feeling if Kyle can talk to him and get rid of, Kyle wants him in there, he knows he can control him. So, but I still don't know.
Absolutely. And I truly think if he did come our way, he would do the best he could to be a locker room guy. You don't want that stigmatism following his whole life, But
ain't playing the diva role, no.
Hey,
Kyle knew he couldn't control AB.
I had one question for you, though.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I didn't mean to cut you off, sir. Good.
No, I didn't know if you were through or not. I was just saying, and Kyle knew back in the day he couldn't control AB. That's why I didn't even bother.
Yeah.
So.
Now, he was another one of those cats where I was just like, I remember telling everybody, I'm like, nah, man, we don't want that. We don't want that drama, And like every time this phenomenal player comes out, everyone's like, oh, yeah.
Get him!
Like, he's done it to himself. One player that I swear I wish we could have got is like Leonard Fournette. No joke. I mean, I love that guy. And they let him go. We could have had him, but
I know.
I get it. A lot of people don't
he's
like
not.
him.
He's a north-south runner. Kyle, what we have in Wilson Jr., he's a combo. Wilson Jr. can go hit the sidelines, and he can also north-south. He's amazing, actually. We don't give him enough credit. I don't know if the league gives him enough credit.
No,
he was an undrafted free agent.
Dude, I agree with you. Mostert, Wilson, and then Hasty, like those three are going to be three bruising down backs. And think of it, we got all three of them, and that's just a start.
Yeah, none of them are expensive either, and they're all good in Kyle's offense. But, we got Bobby Turner. We got the best run men to ramrod a run group that there is in the league. These guys are tough. Even the Cleveland Browns did look good last year, but if our guys would have stayed healthy, I bet you they would have kept up with that yardage. I know they would have.
We'll get there. Hey, I've been wanting to ask you, though. I got one question for you. I hear a lot of people out there like, I can't even believe no one's even talking about it. And I still see people like writing stuff off as far as like, cornerback needs and stuff. How about that dude that we just signed here from the Raiders, Obi Melifonte, if I say that right?
Elefanu. He's a safety.
Melifonte,
Yeah, he's a safety, and they're going to take a look at him. In fact, they're looking at his
They
brother.
signed him, though.
Yeah, they already signed him.
They signed him for a year, right?
I mean, as far as camp goes, because if he looks good, Kwaski T is in trouble. Kwaski T is in trouble anyway. I don't think they're going to re-sign him.
I thought he was a cornerback. Or
Malafano?
But I mean, I'm sure you're right, dude. You follow that way more than me. But anyways, my point on saying all that was I remember when he was at the combine, how I was just thinking he was such a good looking athlete, man. Exactly, dude. That guy was a stud. So I was like, oh man, he's gonna be good, and I was kind of liking him, So it's kind of nice to see we got him. He never worked out somewhere else, so cross my fingers. He does awesome for us. Guy's a freak.
I just wish. Well, you know what though? We got good coaches, because when Salah was there, you notice everybody seemed to know what they were doing before he left, which is, a tribute to his coaches too, though. So we're going to see, because we still got some of the coaches. But Salah he stripped us naked of some of the best coaches. Okay, well, you know what though? We'll be fine. We'll see what happens. Russell, man, hey.
I wish him good.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I just wish he could have kept us some of it. Anyway, I'll see you Friday, huh?
All right.
All right, Russ. Have a good night.
Sir. You have a good night. Night, Faithful.
Thanks.
Later, Ronbo.
Later.
Bye.
And Mike must have been laying on the floor and is just now getting up. Forget about it, Mike. Get in here. Mike? Elio.
Yeah.
It's the first time I heard anybody actually. I heard the steps as you was coming up, too. Emilio, hey, come on in, man. We're talking about, I just thought I'd throw it out there because everybody said, man, we ain't got no money. The thing is, we don't have no money for Trent Williams either, or any of the rest of the people we got on the team. I don't know how they get these things done. But then I seen Kyle's dude. I said, what? OBJ. Browns want to say goodbye to OBJ already? Oh, yeah. He hurt his knee. Actually, all three of these guys, Ertz, OBJ, Gilmore out of from the Patriots, all these guys may be put up for sale here in a minute. But, out of all three of them, I figured Kyle's getting OBJ and just licking his chops. I can build him back. He'll be back. He'll be ready. By next year or at the end of the season, I'll have my weapon. So, I don't know, but ain't gonna give up no picks. If anything, Cleveland, he's hurt, he's 28. I'll give you a third round, I'll give you 2 third-round picks. Emilio, if they say no, what do you say?
At that point, how old is he now?
28.
He's in his 30s?
Damn near.
Yeah, maybe a number 2. I know it depends. Like you said, you got to build his confidence back up. You got to work with him. Him having his attitude, it is that problem where if he starts getting to Jimmy's not going to throw him the ball. If if Jimmy's our quarterback starting next year, Jimmy will be like, well, whatever, dude, you're not catching it, you're not getting open. Why should I get you the ball?
Yeah, don't.
Jimmy's known
you're
doing
right.
that for receivers too.
Jimmy does do that. Once you stop, that's like a Marquise Goodwin left. Yeah, Marquise actually blocked Jimmy. I don't know what. Remember when not blocked, but he took Jimmy off his friend list, Twitter. All of a sudden, you remember that bomb that Jimmy threw him, and he let it slide all between his chest and down to the ground. Jimmy might have said something when he came back. I can't imagine him saying anything bad to anybody, though.
Do you remember what I told you before? Remember what I told you before? All quarterbacks suck. It's up to the receiver to make them look great.
Yep.
That's kind of the same scenario. It's just if the the receiver can catch the ball, the quarterback's the greatest and all this. So
just on that alone, though, let me ask you this, though. What do you think Kendrick Bourne, Jimmy constantly came back to Kendrick. How many times did KB embarrass him? But KB still made him look good. But there were times.
You have to throw him the ball at times just because, you're open. Can you do it? It's just, you got to go back to like when T.O. with Steve Young kept throwing him the ball and he kept dropping. Finally, he made the catch to count. So, of course, our quarterbacks have to do that. They got to throw you the ball, give you time. Being in any quarterback shoes, it does in any quarterback shoes, it does get irritating. You're throwing your receiver, even one of your top receivers, you're throwing them the ball and they drop it like that. It would piss anybody off. Like, come on, I'm doing all this work trying to get you the ball. You're complaining about me getting your ball, and then when I get you the ball, what do? You drop it. So.
Yeah, Tom Brady used to let his guys know. You're right. Some quarterbacks let the people know. Jimmy grits his teeth. Mullins looks like he's about to lose his mind. Mullins is the most fun to watch when they drop his ball.
You got to realize the quarterback runs the offense. You got to let the guy know, like, dude, come on. We're trying to win this game. We're trying to get you the ball. You want me to get you the ball. You got to do your job. Catch the ball. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you get yards after the catch. Your first job is to catch the ball. Then you can worry about running up the field and all over the field and running people over. Catch the ball first, and then we can go from there. If you can't catch the ball, you're not good for the team, and you're not good for the receiver, and you're just not good, period. No. So it all depends on what chemistry they all build together.
Yeah. So we got that to deal with, and that's why Kyle's looking for receivers for the last 2 years, because just for exactly the reason you're saying. Everybody's talking about Jimmy. Well, you know what? Jimmy would have had 4,000 yards last year if it hadn't been for them drops.
Pretty much.
But what are you going to do with about that, though? Do you think, is it worth it for OBJ?
Like I said, if they can turn around, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah. But if he doesn't become OBJ of Giants OBJ, then it was a waste. So it's like you don't know what you're actually going to get from the guy. It's going to be a hit and miss with him at this point. I would be for it, but like I said, if he doesn't work panning out, then like, damn, all that for nothing. But if you think about it, if it's maybe 2 number 3s or just a number 2, then it's not that much big of a deal.
We think
you didn't waste that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not giving up no. The Rams allow bidders.
All the speculations. Yeah, I know with me at this point, with all the speculations and all the rumors, I read them all, I look into them, but I'm like, we got to wait to what they're going to do in March and what's going on in April. So at this point, I read them, I listen to them, but I'm like, just let the team do what they need to do and figure out. I just know come September, we need a starting winning roster. I don't care who's the quarterback. I don't care who's the running back. Who's who, as long as we're winning games.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
It's all about the health, Emilio. And you know, Emilio, there's going to be butts in the seats as Biden's telling them, anybody that wants a vaccine in July can get it. Any American, I don't plan. I said, really? So that would mean that the thing ought to be under control this summer. Bring them fans back to the stands. Yes.
Hopefully. No, I never told you, but I had COVID back in December.
Whoa!
I was, so I kind of kept it to myself. Yeah, I had it. I wasn't as worse as everybody had it.
Yeah.
I had body aches, minor fever, and then I couldn't smell and taste. But other than that, I didn't get too bad.
Yeah. You kicked it though. You didn't have to check.
Yeah, no, I'm
you didn't have to go to the hospital.
better. Like I said.
Did you have to go to the hospital?
No, I never went. I was just worried when I found out because I had asthma. Well, I have asthma, so I was just
underlying
worried.
condition. Yeah.
But
your family, you should have got freaked out too.
I never got them. So, I mean, if the vaccine comes in, it helps, you know, here's hoping, because like I said, it sucks. And I was being careful either way, putting gloves on, mask on. And
you should, nobody in the house got it then?
Oh, no, my wife and my younger daughter did, but my two other daughters didn't, so it was just weird. Everybody's fine.
Good.
But yeah.
Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah, no, my younger daughter, my 3-year-old, she had not one symptom. She just came out positive, and then my wife had body aches and headaches and couldn't taste and smell either.
Oh.
But yeah, other than that, no, we're all fine now. Like I said, it's been like a month, almost going on 2 months now.
Good. Woo, man. That's you and also New Jersey guy too. Dang, I'm forgetting his name right now. But Emilio, look at this. We ran out of time. Emilio, let me see Friday.
Yeah, it's all good. If I
I
be there, I try to be there.
All right, looking for you too. All right, fam.
All right, later.
All right.
All right, later.
Santana.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Santana, man, I'm doing all right, man. You know, because I'm checking we're going to read a lot of fun stuff between now and free agency period and draft night. So this one made me laugh when I looked at it, clicked through there and what? No, but y'all lying. And then I see it was Jeremy Fowler from ESPN. Maybe. I don't know where he gets this information from, but he's wrong most of the time. Anyway, OBJ, right? I said, oh no, OBJ, Kyle, what? Yeah, Kyle, chill, man, sit down, man. He's got a torn ACL. He's still recouping, but he could be okay by mid-season. So it's pretty funny. This OBJ is now, if you want him, you can get him for a lot less than what you would have give up if you had got him from the Giants, right? Because the Giants said, man, we want your first round pick. And listen, 49ers, we're thinking DeForest Buckner might have to be involved in this deal. What? And that's what I heard back then, right? So you could get him for cheap now. But Santana, he's got some issues, baggage. He's got divitude. Do you want OBJ in a 49er uniform?
Hell yeah, Ronbo. I mean, Ronbo. Look. I'm not I've always said, I like Jimmy G, right?
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about him is that he's not on the field, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm someone that rather get a new quarterback that can stay on the field, give us a better chance, right, of winning. But we saw what Jimmy G did when we brought Emmanuel Sanders, right? So that could be a security blanket for Jimmy G. Because. What we've seen from Jimmy G is that he struggles to trust players. Once they drop the ball, he doesn't really look to them. And so I don't think he didn't play a full season with Ayuk. So maybe next year it'd be it'd take for him to trust. I don't know, probably trust him right away.
I think he likes Ayuk. Remember how he talked about him in preseason? He said Ayuk makes you look good no matter where you throw the ball. He's going to get it. So I think him and Ayuk will be fine. He'll trust him. He already trusts Debo. Yeah. So.
But it'd be more options, more weapons in the field. You got Ayuk, you got OBJ, you got Debo, you got George Kittle. Who are you going to double team? Or you pick your poison? Who do you want to Do you want to stop the run?
you want to stop the run, or do you want to cover the field? Like which one is it?
Yeah.
And I mean, why not high power offense? Why not? You know what I'm saying? But we saw what happened. We saw what's up. You like?
I like
right?
the deal.
Cool.
I'm not giving you up no first round picks or anything, but if I can get OBJ,
no.
for less, yeah, I think I might do it. And J-Max, you asked for that. Yeah, J-Max, I'd take him for a price.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's but what we've seen from this team though, like John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, they don't make those type of moves, Ronbo. You know. Well,
they tried. They tried. Remember when he was with the Giants? They were trying, but the Giants said, "Man, we don't deal with y'all, and you know this. We send him to Cleveland."
Yes.
Remember, maybe Khalil Mack? John Lynch didn't know. We don't deal with the Giants. We don't deal with the Raiders. The Raiders said, "No, man, we're not giving you Khalil Mack. We're trading with Chicago. Shut up." Hey, we were going to give you more than. Santana, did you hear it? They said the 49ers were going to offer more for Mack than Chicago did. And they still said no. I hate the Raiders for so many different reasons. God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is, but I mean, at the end of the day, you know, like if we get him or not, you know, it's I don't know. I mean, like I said, we haven't seen this team make big name moves. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they'll do it, but or maybe, I mean, what would they have to give up to get him, Ronbo? You know, if we're trying to get like.
No, you don't give up too much because he's 28.
No, I mean,
he's got an ACL.
He ain't a second.
Yeah,
he's not going to be a second round pick. You know what I'm saying? You have to give up a first for him. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to do that. Realistically, I don't think we'll do that.
Well, one thing I want to offer you on this though, because see, the thing is, they want to unload their books. They cannot afford. They got to unload cargo. Because a lot of these teams, you're going to see this a lot in the next few weeks, and maybe don't take OBJ just yet because the Bears, I understand, are wanting to get rid of Allen. Maybe these could be clickbait, but these guys are too expensive. A lot of the cap is killing people, man. A lot of these teams are way over the cap. They got to do something quick, and it's going to hurt a lot of teams this year.
I mean, I think if the Niners, I'm sure they're smart enough. Sit back, relax, let the the market settle down. I'm sure they can pick up good valuable players, especially with the cap space going down. A lot of teams got to cut players or let loose, but I mean, like right now, Ronbo, I hear you, Grant, like I stopped listening to Grant Cohn and all these news because it's always like, oh, the Niners this, the Niners that. The Niners like, dude, I'm over it. It's like, once I hear it, I'll believe it. I'm just tired of, listening to guys say this, but this and
especially
that,
when they got inside information. Because Stafford, it was a done deal, remember? Pretty much a done deal that we're picking him up.
That's what I'm saying.
I think, really?
I mean, I'm one of the guys that wanted Stafford, but it's whatever. It's just like, it don't matter. I think what they're betting on is Rosen, to be honest, so.
Yeah, and also, Santana, remember one thing, too, about the things you're going to hear in the next days. The 49ers never let people know what they're doing. It is so hard to find out what they're doing. So when people start saying, we got on inside it, but no, you don't. You don't.
And the good thing you think too, Ronbo, is that we have so many draft picks. We can do what we want in the draft. We can move up. We can move down. We can accumulate trade picks for this year or next year if we wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a better way to think about it because it'd be a lot healthier for the team future. You know what I'm saying?
True.
True. So, and especially now that we have the 12th round pick, I mean, we can do what we want with that, So,
we're not under pressure to make a perfect choice.
It'd be nice to pick up, Ronbo? Kyle Pitts, man.
Don't get me started.
Something else.
Santana, we got to go, though, fam. I'll see you Friday, okay?
All right, man.
All right, fam.
All right, see you, man. See you later. You have a good one.
You too.
Later.
Oh, don't let us pick up Kyle Pitts. And then they trade back in the first round and get whatever that they really should have got in the first place. Forget about it. Is Niner Mike, is he ready now or what? Niner Mike!
Forget about it, Ronbo. What's going on? What's going on? Did I miss you the first time around?
Yeah,
Ronbo?
I was going to say, oh, man. Mike, got to have Mike, man. People are waiting for you, man. Come on, man.
Oh, man, I'm sorry about that. I didn't even know it. I didn't even know that I missed you the first time, Ronbo.
Mike,
I was in my other room. I was in the Cubano room, Ronbo.
And it wasn't a big cigar you were talking about either. I already see Mike, man. Look at one of the big Cheech and Chong dubs, boy. Look, I've got it wrapped up in a newspaper, man, and light that puppy up.
And nothing better to end the day, Ronbo. Let me tell you, nothing better to end the day. So, that's how we do it. Shout out to all the faithful out there. And what the hell's going on? Come on, OBJ again, Ronbo?
Yeah, but Mike, he's a lot less expensive this time than he was the first time around. I mean, they wanted a firstborn, a couple of first-rounders. DeForest Buckner name came up. But now he's 28. He's recouping from an ACL. You can get him for cheap now. And if he comes back 3/4 of OBJ, now you got a weapon.
Definitely. Look, I tell you what. If he comes for a box of peanuts and a bowl of cereal or something, then maybe, you know what I mean, we could work something out, Ron. But I just, personally, I think that we got a lot bigger needs. You know what I mean? I would love for us to bring the Mac. I would love for us to bring the Mac guy in from Atlanta. I think that'll be a great, solid centerpiece. Mm-hmm. I think we definitely need to address the offensive line. And then, I got to tell you, though, the more and more I read it, I swear, Ronbo, I feel like Shanny and John Lynch, I feel like they're waiting in the weeds when it comes to Watson. You know what I mean? I feel like
you got the camouflage on and everything, right?
The beauty of it is because look, when you think about it, we're in a great position when it comes to that, and look, we can move forward with Jimmy. We can wait it out. We can do whatever. We're not in a situation where we're in a must-have situation. And I feel like the 49ers already know in their back pocket. I think Shanny and Lynch know they could unload Jimmy to the Patriots. I think they know that deal can get done. And hey, look, listen. I think it might surprise some people what we'll probably get for him, Ronbo. You know what I mean? I think honestly it's going to surprise some people. I definitely. I think it's going to surprise some people because look, face it, especially when it comes to New England. All right. They're just sorry enough to have a decent draft pick, but they weren't sorry enough to guarantee them one of the top quarterbacks in the draft. You know what I mean? So to be able to get away and listen, Belichick, he got a full up close and personal point of view, Ronbo, of what it's like to be in the NFL, just dealing with mediocre quarterbacks. You know what I mean?
But who would have thought that Cam would have been that? I didn't expect that. I thought he'd be a little better than that.
Oh, definitely. And that's the thing. But hey, when you're Bill Belichick and you've been putting on the field Tom Brady for the last 20 freaking years, you don't really think about it. That hasn't been a problem with it. You know what I mean? I mean, think about it. Every freaking offseason, no matter who that guy has unloaded, and he's unloaded some great players over the years. A lot of people forget. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
He unloaded a lot of.
Don't ask him for too much money. Yeah, he'll send you packing. Yeah.
Exactly. But look, here's the deal, right? At the end of the day, he's done what he's done, but quarterback has not been an issue for the New England Patriots for the past 20 years. They haven't had to worry. They haven't had to worry about it like we have. You know what I mean? So it was kind of new territory for him. But trust me, he got a full friggin' scoopful dealing with the full season of Cam Newton. All right, and I'm sure. After the glitter shoes and the fairy pants and the post-game press conferences, he figured, you know what, we just better go on and get us a quarterback that we know, that we trust, we know could be good. Someone solid. Let's go back to being the team that doesn't worry about the quarterback problem. And if he feels like that's Jimmy G, well, hey, let me clap my hands for him. Good job. They could have that. And I would love for us to scoop up Watson and let's roll after that. Let's roll after. Because, hey, look, I'm just going to say this, and after this, I'm probably going to leave the whole friggin' subject alone, Ronbo. Here's the deal. You and anyone else that calls in here on this friggin' channel could say whatever the hell they want to friggin' say. But if breaking news were to come out right now that we got Deshaun Watson, all it would just shut the fuck up. All he is be quiet.
Mike, that's a flag on unsportsmanlike conduct. Give him 2 flags.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ronbo. I had to say it. There was no other way to say it. I apologize for the language for all the youngins that still awake out there, all right? But look.
Wait. Let me give a shout out to Nathan Jacobs from Kuwait. Hey, good morning, Nathan.
Look, at the end of the day, though, Ronbo, you know it's true. All you know it's true. Everyone would say, all right, let's go, baby. Let's lock and load, and let's friggin' roll. Enough with the bullshit. Let's cut it out. We'd really start getting down to the brass tacks of the other little pieces that we need. But after that, you can pretty much pencil us in, baby, to the NFC playoff picture for the next 10 friggin' years.
Mike,
all right?
Can I ask you this then? Why didn't they pencil the Texans in the last couple of years?
Because they had Bill O'Brien as the head coach and their general manager. That's why. Because he was giving away their best players for a bag of Pop-Tarts and and an expired gallon of milk, Ronbo. That's why no one believed in that. They all knew. You got that guy leading your show. Friggin' forget about it, all right? Let's just forget about it. Don't even worry. We don't have that problem over here, Ronbo. All right? We got a guy that probably has like little candy dreams about having a quarterback like Deshaun Watson in his friggin' system.
I'm talking D-Hop. I got J.J. Watt on the field. I got a speed merchant. I got this dude named Watson, and I'm still 10-6 in the South.
Ronbo,
I'm not. What's the competition? I got Indianapolis. I got a couple other teams.
Ronbo,
Mike. Okay.
Listen, Ronbo.
we got to continue.
An old wise man. Like, all right, we will. But listen, I got to say this to what you just said. Like an old man once told me. All right, there's been a lot of good warriors throughout the years that have died because they had real shitty leadership. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of good. There's been a lot of good soldiers. There's been a lot of brave men. There's been a lot of brave women out there. There's been a lot of good people that have lost their lives because their leadership was trash. That's the Houston
I get it.
Right there, Ronbo.
The bottom line is leadership. And Mike, yes. And Mike, come on back Friday, and I put a bookmark on this. Mike and Ronbo want to understand what happened the year before last. But then again.
All right. Now, we'll go over it. We'll go over it. Don't you worry, Ronbo. All right. Listen, you have a good night. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the faithful out there, all of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on Friday night. All right, Ronbo?
Looking forward, Mike. Have a good night, fam.
All right, Ronbo. Good night now. All right.
Is he gone? See, the thing is about that year, I went and looked at his stats. 10-6 in 2019, and Jimmy 13-3, right? Jimmy beat him in every category except for 2. Okay. All right, 49ers Ultimate Report says Grant Cohn thinks that Shanahan listens to him. 49ers Ultimate Report, you know what? I think one of the things, Kyle and Grant, I think there's a problem there. I think it happened in the first year. I think there was a little nasty exchange at one of the press conferences when Grant was on the field, as I remember right. Ellis!
What's up, Ronbo?
Ellis, man. Oh, and Ellis, by the way, I'm gonna get around to you because I know you got some stuff for me to look at at TMs. I'm just like multitasking all day long at 100 miles an hour, but I'm gonna get to it because if you went to the trouble putting it in there, I definitely got to check it out. And anybody else see me draft picks, I'm gonna get to them. Hey, but Ellis, man, tonight I'm looking at OBJ and I'm laughing because I'm thinking, shoot, OBJ would have cost us a whole lot a couple of years back when he's coming out of New York. Now he ain't so expensive, and he's got. I say OBJ's probably gonna be able to run route for at least until he's 32. I don't know. His attitude and everything, that might be able to get straightened out. OBJ might be just showing out because he don't like where he is. You know, things like wearing the wrong shoes out on the field, and referees got to beg you to change your visor because that's not allowed. You know, OBJ be doing the little boy things. You know what I'm saying? But he can play ball.
Yeah.
That's not what OBJ. I can feel.
No, you know what? I was a fan of OBJ last year when we talked about it because I've always liked Odell. You know, at the same time, I always was talking the culture and just changing the energy and the attention. Sometimes the attention whore stuff, and he probably wasn't as bad as Antonio Brown had been getting. But you see, Antonio Brown kind of made the adjustment and the humility, and whatever he chose to channel, to humble himself. He was able to get himself, onto a team and into a ring and everything this year.
Ooh,
and,
but Ellis, I just want to piggyback on that real quick, because here's the thing. Tom got OBJ, moved him into his house, and then...
Oh, you talking about, Antonio?
Because he had all kinds of respect for Tom. He can have good manners if he wants to, which amazes me. I don't know. OBJ might be the same, but AB did a 3-6. He did a complete turnaround. That was strange. You're right.
Yeah. So, but thankfully, Odell's not in an AB position where he's got all the adversity and stuff that he had to come up against, because the situations are kind of incomparable in that sense. But with just the attention, like I said, and all of the controversy and the nonsense, they both got their their sides to them. But I think Odell would come in serious. I don't think he would come to the organization like that. I think we would make that clear if we even had a conversation with Odell, and let's throw him a third rounder and keep moving. Mm-hmm. That's it. If we're not gonna go into the whole what are we gonna give up for Odell type stuff. I mean, a third rounder and a future fifth rounder, okay, at max, okay, and let's keep it moving, because we got a receiver core and there's some other guys. I mean, Emmanuel Sanders is going to be out there. There's going to be a lot of people in free agency. There's going to be some really nice pickups, rookie wise, and we already have we have a deep arsenal. So to pick a Odell, it's like we're not looking into keeping a Jalen Hurd and some of the other guys that we already have there. So, but if it happens, it happens. I mean, I think Kyle would do it, and I wouldn't be too mad. Shit. I mean, this is the problem. 6, 7, 8 weeks he comes in the season, then it's kind of like, well, then that kind of be something we could complain about, especially if things didn't go right when the season came. And we like, man, we need Odell, and we did all this, and they'll just give us something to kind of complain about or speak about. But if it's worth it if we can get it for something. We're not mortgaging the future or doing anything too crazy too spicy for an Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's a good player, great player, but no, thank you when it comes to that.
Ertz, Gilmore, these guys are going to possibly be available too. Alice, here's the thing, because a lot of players, names that are going to blow us away from our phone or a monitor, whatever you're looking at, because teams are having to reduce salary. And keep an eye on the Saints. They're going to have a garage sale. They are so far above the cap, it's crazy. I don't know who they're going to keep. But there's going to be a lot of bodies available. Which one do you need? An offensive lineman is going to come out of there somewhere. I'm thinking Alex Mack.
I got Cesar Ruiz in the draft.
Oh, I think Alex Mack coming out of Atlanta is a given, because he's 35. The Falcons probably need to reduce a lot. The Falcons talk about unloading Julio. So, there's a lot to keep an eye on.
That's crazy. It's a yard sale.
Yeah.
A major, big-time yard sale. Well, the Alex Mack thing, I'm actually good with. I've seen his interview. He speaks very highly of Kyle. I think it's like a no-brainer at this point. So I think we can kind of say that's in the bag. But looking forward, as far as the other players, I'm not thinking about Ertz, Gilmore. If we're not saying we're looking at Richard Sherman, but if we're not getting Jason Verrett, we need to have somebody premier. I've seen something about Xavier Rhodes in the combo. He's supposed to be getting freed up. There's going to be a lot of different, corners and guys we can look into, but we still got that 12th, we still got that 12th pick. So I'm kind of, it's crazy. We're not really, I'm telling you, something's going to come up and we're going to be blown away by it. I don't know. I just don't feel like this is going to be really it's easy to dictate as we may think
at this particular time. But it'll work itself out in a minute. We'll be able to see clearly probably what's going on. All right, fam.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you Friday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for the platform, Brother Ronbo, as always, fam. And I'm working on something for you, so I'll keep an eye on your emails, and I'm gonna get at you. Yeah, sound wise, what I mean. And shout out to the chat and Niner faithful. Peace and love to all y'all.
All right,
and respect. I'll see you Friday, fam.
Back at you. All right, thanks, Ellis. There he is, Ellis, and Thomas Norton. Dollar Bill Will equals truth spitter. Put him on. Thomas, is he in the house? We haven't talked to Will. Will's been gone a while. Hey, George, come on in, man. Thanks, Thomas, for that contribution.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
George, man, I'm just sitting there, man. I'm looking at. We're gonna look at this. We're gonna see this happening a lot. But the only reason I pointed out OBJ is I remember how hard. Oh, the only reason we have D Ford is because the OBJ deal fell through. You know what I'm saying? So, and now all of a sudden there's OBJ and the Browns say, all right, anybody, I'll take in bids right now, OBJ. Who wants him? I can see Kyle sitting there. Are you kidding me? But I don't know how you feel about that, though. Is that something that would make you crazy, or you just soon leave that alone?
I mean, the only reason I would see it as a nice thing is because if we bring OBJ, that's a big name. Even though if he's injury prone and all that stuff, like
he is kind of.
He will still draw attention just because of the name. Same thing with Richard Sherman. We all know that he wasn't what he was in Seattle, but just the name itself made quarterbacks not throw his way.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, he got beat, but no one wanted to challenge him. No one wanted to see, well, let's see what the odds are here and throw it over there. Some people did, but from there on, he got smarter and covered well. So,
Kirk Cousins, yes, he wouldn't have done that.
OBJ would be, something nice, but not at the moment. I wanted to tell you maybe a little sleeper I have that might come in the third round, maybe fourth, but he might come in the third. Yeah. His name is Daz Newsome.
Yeah, what position?
He's a wide receiver. He plays for, I believe, North Carolina, and he had better numbers than Kendrick Bourne. And if you go look at his highlights and stuff like that, he would fit Shanahan's offense.
Yeah?
Like, just go look at his highlights.
What's his name again?
Daz, D-A-Z-Z, and then Newsome.
You know what? As soon as I type in Daz, because how many players go by the name of Daz? I mean, when his mama had it, she knew he was going to be famous.
Itself, But yeah, that'd be my sleeper, because I try to do the draft simulator, here and there, just to mess around with it. I'm not a pro like fun. Some of these guys.
Yeah.
But I mess around with it, and one of them I got a B+ on getting him in the third round. So that's maybe one guy. And remember, Kyle goes by that. He goes by these guys computerized things.
Exactly. Getting guys that nobody knows.
And he punt returns. He punt returns.
See, because this is a problem. Yeah, with the 49ers. I do not want to see Ayuk doing return. And I got a feeling he's going to be the guy if we don't come up with a guy to do that. Because Richard James, I don't know if he's going to make the team or not. But, it's going to be interesting to see. Trent Taylor is not going to make the team, I don't think. And he wasn't doing a good job on the return. Trent Taylor, I don't know what happened to him. Trent must have just quit. I don't think he felt like playing anymore after the first few games, and he wasn't getting used much. Trent made a few receptions that you could count them on one hand, I think. So, we need a slot.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about me is, I like to show support to all those who have that, that unique story, stuff like that, or that they've struggled so much, and they're trying to make a comeback, you know. And so I always give every player a chance, you know. And tonight was actually the first night, Ronbo, that I agree with Mike. Niner Mike, he's a character. I love him. I love it hearing him come on the show. And he's right, man. You should have like a little 5-10 minute segment with him, you know, because it's nice, you know. Like last time you guys played him at the very end, and they went longer than usual. I told my girlfriend, look, he's gonna tell him, Niner Mike, we gotta go. Hey, production's telling me we gotta go. You know, so I love him, man. But first time I agree with him, and he's right. Yeah, if Deshaun Watson were to come over here, you know, everybody would be happy. But the only thing with me is I would be happy once he produces as much, if not better than Jimmy G, takes us to the Super Bowl, you know, does all this. If he doesn't, and he comes in here and he decides, you know what, this is not my culture, this is not, I don't want to do this, I want to go to a team, you know, somewhere else, then we wasted all that and we become the Raiders with Antonio Brown. You know?
Oh God! This is why. This is why I know you got to know Shanahan is. He's not like a lot of coaches. If he thinks Jimmy's his guy, it's going to take a lot to get Jimmy out because he's already worked with him for how many years, and then he's just going to get him out all of a sudden, especially after accomplishing what they did. It's going to be tough.
And just like yourself, you know, like I like Jimmy because he took us there. He brought us there. If anybody else would have done it, then I'd be all up on board with them too, you know, because that's our team. But yes, also Niner Mike and many others who want to have us choose a different quarterback, then yes, we can always upgrade, but if we upgrade, let's not give everything away. Like, let's make sure that we can re-sign people, you know, we don't want to become these other teams.
Yeah, we're not giving up a lot of assets and looking like the Rams. Yeah. This is ridiculous. Well, one thing, and it could be a problem, though, George. The guys in our front office are really sensible. You can tell when they do things, it's a calculated move, and they're looking ahead. They're not a make or break or high risk group. They're guys that think they know what they're doing, and they don't need to do any more than whatever their plan is. It's like Kyle. This is why when I tell people, guys, you don't understand about Kyle. You want this dazzle quarterback and this dazzle quarterback. If that quarterback comes in and he doesn't do what Kyle says, because Kyle is that, he is confident that his program works, but you got to do what he says. If this guy comes in and tries to alter the program, he ain't going to happen. And I know this. I could tell.
Yeah,
so, you know.
We just got to believe in them, you know? Like, they've done some moves that, you know, all these news media outlets call amazing because, you know, some of these moves that they end up doing in the draft are pretty crazy, you know?
Well, the draft is another story. We can get jiggy in the draft. But George, hurry up because we got to run out of time. Finish that up.
No, it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
All right, George.
You know, if you got to go get.
All right.
But yeah, check out Daz Newsome. Just check him out, dude.
I already got
wide receiver.
Daz. All right. I'm going to check him out.
And then talk about him.
All right. Daz.
Have a good one, man.
Thanks, George. And Jesus.
Yo, what's cracking, Ronbo?
Jesus, man, we're giving up, like, we're making a deal for OBJ or not, you know, because he's out there again. And I remember how hardcore Kyle wanted to get him that year, only to watch him go to Cleveland. And that, you know, that Cleveland uniform didn't even look good on him. In fact, the Cleveland uniform doesn't look good on anybody. But if you're a flamboyant player like OBJ, you wear that nasty brown uniform. So, you know, he might be available because the Browns they need to dump salary, and he may be a cap casualty. And you wouldn't have to give up much for the same reason that I just stated, cap casualty. So you're going to get rid of him for whatever you can. But would you like to have OBJ?
First things first, Ronbo, I need to do my shout-outs.
Oh, that's right. It's Jesus. Jesus, I forgot. But go ahead.
All right.
I'll be right back. You do that. I'll be right back. I got to drop off.
For sure. I'm going to give a shout-out to my brother Eddie E. for Kobe, Chad Garrison, Josh One, Tommy H., Ray Jr., Chris Hansen, Andrew Martinez, Josh One, all the homies
Sean Billard, Big Heck, all the homies. But Ronbo ain't back, is he?
Hey, man, shout out to y'all for clowning them dudes in the chat, man, keeping it live.
For sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start clowning on them folks up in there. You feel me?
Yeah, man, we like this like celebrity. It's like we the damn Super Bowl team every year because everybody from every other team is in our chat.
Sure, you're right, man. Everyone be hating on the Niners, bro, because we run this shit.
Yeah, but now they gotta have a seat in the back, man, and just remain. You know, that's all good.
Fact,
but shout out to y'all though, man. Shout out to y'all though, man. Peace.
Man, shout out to my brother right here, man. Well, what's your name, man?
Respect, yes sir. This is EMA Beats, man. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Peace.
Hey, man, shout out to my brother right there, man. The one that just got on the call with me. Just keeping the facts.
Oh God.
And shout out to Ronbo Sports.
Hey,
I like to give a shout out to Ruby's dumbass for him talking about NFL championships.
Yeah, Rudy. All I can see is that Ram logo flying up and down. Just every time I see a roll up, it's Rudy, man. Oh my God. I don't know why it's so important for him to get our acknowledgement, and all he gets is abused every time he comes in here. I don't know. He's a sadistic dude. He likes punishment. I bet he's kinky.
Right.
Probably gets whipped and chained. Sick.
But but on the discussion, Ronbo, if we get OBJ, it better be for a good price, and he better be wanting to restructure his contract, because if we don't got money to keep our left tackle Trent Williams, you know, we need pass protection. If we're gonna get OBJ, we need pass protection, and we don't have no line for that.
That's why they would tell OBJ up front, listen, here's what we can do. There's no, we're not going to sign Trent for OBJ. That is not even going to be happening. So, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't finna sit here and say that OBJ's bad, you know, because I know that he's raw, but it doesn't come with the salary cap, and it doesn't come with him coming to our locker room and him finna be drama, you know? If he comes and he restructures the contract, I'm with it. But I'm cool with our guys that we got. We got Ayuk and we got Samuel, and we got the best tight end in the league. So,
and there's no telling what they're going to do. There's going to be somebody they're going to draft, or there's going to be that one free agent that just wants to play with Kyle. You know, I don't know who that's going to be, but he'll be willing to do whatever he has to do salary-wise. I'm thinking it's some kind of a vet that's already had it made and can play for a substantial amount, but not overly. Because somebody just said Emmanuel Sanders might be available soon, and it probably will be, because it seems like he's in the doghouse with the Saints anyway.
Right.
And that vet presence,
I mean, I don't know why we're not talking about Allen Robinson, the guy from the Bears.
Allen Robinson,
the one that we could have got a couple years ago,
is possibly another guy that could be traded, but Bleacher Report says must-sign guys for every team. Allen Robinson's the must-sign guy for the Bears, as is Trent Williams is the must-sign guy for the 49ers. So that's pretty serious, that kind of comparison.
Man, I really get Allen Robinson to get OBJ.
Yeah, everybody would.
Oh, Allen Robinson did it without a quarterback. At least with OBJ, you know, he had Manning, and he had. I'm not going to say Baker Mayfield's proven yet, because this is his first time taking his team to the playoffs. I'm not saying he's bad. I just want to see what he does next year.
But he's not as good as Manning was when Manning was throwing to him. Yeah, although Manning had a bad year with OBJ. For 1,000 yards, you're right, though. Manning was struggling his last couple of years because he didn't have any offensive line, right? Like every quarterback. So,
right.
Yeah, so OBJ squeezed out still a pretty good season.
Right. You know, OBJ's good, you know, but I ain't gonna. I'm
not gonna break the bank.
I just don't. His price, his price tag isn't worth it. Hell no. Like, if we agree to him taking a big pay cut, which he won't.
No.
You know, it's all about money when you come to California.
Especially with the tax system we got here. And you know what? $15 million is a cap hit scheduled to hit us next year. So, you know, these are things you got to think about.
Yeah, it's true. You know, we got to still sign Trent. You know, even if we're still gonna walk away from Trent, you know, we still got to sign Verrett. We got to sign K1. We got to sign Juice. You know, we have to sign so many pieces. You know, OBJ is a fan want. Is not a team need.
Yeah,
it's a fan
true.
want.
Yeah.
You know.
In fact, if OBJ leaves Cleveland, they may have to close Cleveland, just like they will have to. If Deshaun Watson leaves Texas, you might as well turn the lights out in that stadium. They're going to be in big trouble. If OBJ leaves Cleveland, I got a feeling fans have first got a taste of winning. He wasn't involved, though. So, you know, because he went down kind of, midway through the season? So, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, with the ACL. And that's the thing, you know, if he comes back, is that leg going to be an issue with his ACL tear?
Yeah, I know.
Or his Achilles?
There's no way to know. I don't know how bad the damage was, or where he is in his recovery. I don't know. There's no news on that. I mean, if you Google, you probably could find out, but I don't know.
Exactly, and especially like with the way how we've been getting players lately, you know, these are just 1 year rentals. You know, I don't know how long OBJ is going to be on that contract, but are we going to be able to afford him for all those years?
Yeah, no more giving up on draft picks for guys to play 6 weeks. That sucks.
Right. Right, where he's only going to be a 9 for 16 weeks during the playing time. You know, no TAs. So it's kind of like, hey, you know, we got to start keeping these players for at least 2 to 3 year deals. You know, like the way how we got Sherm. You know, the way how we got Juice.
We got Sherm for 3 years though. Jesus, we got to go though. Let's see you Friday.
All right, for sure, my brother. You have a blessed night, man. Shout out to Ronbo Sports. Thank you for having me on call, man. It's an honor.
Thank you, Jesus. Hi, fam.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
Too. Hey, Shay.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Shay, OBJ, man. I'm telling you, I couldn't help myself when I saw OBJ. I said, oh no, man, Kyle's dude. I wonder what Kyle's thinking.
Yeah,
I really do. And hit upon that. Give me your opinion on whether you'd want him or not. But what do you think Kyle's thinking?
Yeah, I mean, OBJ fits his scheme right away. I mean, anybody who tell you that is just foolish. He's very route technician polished. Kyle loves his route guys.
Mm-hmm.
OBJ is a great route technician guy. I mean, he has speed. He has some good speed, and he can take the top off, or he can, you know, run routes throughout the middle. I think him and Jimmy would make a beautiful complementary. I think he could be a lot better than what Emmanuel Sanders was to Jimmy when he came in. The thing is, you know, Jimmy's really good. Like anybody who knocks, I knock Jimmy, but Jimmy's really good against intermediate and short passing. He's one of the best. His accuracy speaks for itself. He just doesn't take a lot of deep shots, you know, sometimes skittish in the pocket, and stuff like that. But, you know, behind that, if he has a true number one, what OBJ is, I honestly think OBJ is a true number one wide receiver. But the problem is just the injury history. He's had a lot of sprained ankles. He's had a lot of groin injuries. He's had a lot of knee. I think, he has a lot of knee injuries. So it's just about him being healthy.
He went down every year. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, he's always had like a lower body injury his entire career throughout the season, whether it took him out for months, couple months, whatever. So it's just he just doesn't seem to can't find a way to stay healthy, Ronbo. But I think immediately he would sit in and help Jimmy.
But I wonder if somebody would talk to him and say, I got a feeling OBJ does not like to train. He's a party dude. I got a feeling when he should be training, he's looking for something else to do. Because there's no way he's that weak. You know, not as a wide receiver.
No,
he's no stronger than Dante.
No, I mean, just imagine, like, you know, if they double Killer, you're going to double OBJ. I mean, you're going to have Ayuk running open. You're going to have Debo running open. I mean, it'll just enhance the offense significantly, no doubt. But again, it's just, you know, with the way the cap works this year, he's making $15 million. Like, the only way I would do it for OBJ is either trade a third and maybe a future fourth or another future third-round pick, since we got a bunch of compensatory third-rounders. Trade him for OBJ, but then immediately do like a sign and trade, pretty much having him agree to restructure the contract immediately when he comes in, like, you know, to take money off the book so that we can sign, you know, free agents like Trent Williams and other guys. So that's like the only feasible way I would see that they could bring OBJ in. Because again, $15 million on cap hit, that's steep, man. Especially if they're trying to bring back, you know, bring back Trent and get these other guys like Jason Verrett and all these other guys.
So,
Shay, you made me think about when you said that though. You could actually trade Ayuk or Debo. The Cleveland would take him in a heartbeat and a draft pick. I guarantee you they'd bite.
oh, most definitely. But
But we'd be
I'm not
screwing up doing
Debo
that.
or Ayuk
I'm not trying to hear it either. I just realized what it would take.
No, I hear you, Ronbo. But it's just again, it's just rookie contracts. If we're talking about salary cap being strapped, why would you trade two good guys who are rookie contracts for guys who take up like 15 million?
I know. It's not that serious. I know. We don't need him that
bad.
bad.
Oh, yeah. No, not that bad. I think we're fine whoever we throw out there. And if they get a later round wide receiver, that's one thing, people can't knock Kyle for. Kyle's great for finding running backs. So we're not going to re-circumvent the wheel. He can find late round talent. And, he's good at finding wide receivers too. He has a track record of finding some decent wide receivers, some late round guys. I know, we missed on Pettis, but, finding Debo in the second round, drafting Ayuk when nobody thinks the man was a wide receiver in Texas. So he knows his guys. And I think he knows he likes guys that fit his system. And I think that's why we went after OBJ a couple, 2-3 years ago before the D4 trade went down. And I think he really does. I think he's high on OBJ. But again, just, the contract situation doesn't work. And, I think their main priority right now is, re-signing Trent and then, focusing on the draft and whoever we're going to get in the draft. So, but, I wouldn't mind it. But, again, there's a price to pay. And, everybody, like Kyle and John Lynch have, shown plenty of times when they offered Max, the Mac deal, the OBJ deal, when they try to go get these guys, they're willing to pay a certain price. But if you go over that line, they'll hang up the phone immediately and won't even think twice about it.
And that's
which I like.
Remember when everybody said, "Man, John Lynch be lying, man. They didn't even go after these guys." I said, Why would you say that?
Did. No, yeah.
I think they did.
Oh yeah, when I was pissed because I was like, oh, we didn't get him, but then later reports come out like, no, they pursued harder than the Raiders. They actually gave up a better package deal than the Bears did. But
I know that's what I heard.
And I think because the history with the two teams, John Gruden was like, hell no, we're not trading to the Niners,
right?
Which was like, what the hell? But whatever.
And we never traded with the Giants either. That's why. So you knew that.
Like
I knew that. It's just, man, the Giants don't trade with the 49ers. John just got here.
Yeah.
Somebody should have called him and told him, man, you're wasting your time talking to the Giants and Raiders.
They didn't want to trade with us either.
Yeah.
And the Niners were willing to give up decent capital, but again, they just said, well, we want a little more, or we're going to trade him here. And they were like, okay, we'll trade it there, man. We're not going to overpay. We have our price set, and if you cross that line, we're just going to hang up the phone, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's at least. I give a round of applause for Kyle and John Lynch doing stuff like that. At least they have a backbone, and they're like, well, you're not going to run the wool, over us. Like, we're no sheep over here, man. So,
well, Khalil Mack, boy,
it's interesting to see.
Man, that would have been crazy. We wouldn't have got.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have got Khalil Mack would have been on the team. Chances are we would have done better, and we don't get Nick. So, sometimes I wonder, one door closes, another one opens.
Well, I don't even think we probably would have been able to get Jimmy because, remember, we gave up that second round, right, that following year to get Jimmy here, right? So, probably it was going to be like 2 firsts and 2 seconds for Khalil, which was, I think that's what Bears gave up, like 2 firsts, a second, a third, and a fifth from later on.
Yeah, big deals like that, they can change the whole future. All right, Sherry, I'll see you Friday.
All right, Ronbo.
All right.
Yep, yes, sir. I'll be on. Shout out to my TNT brothers, Trey, Rome, Cali, Bill. Shout out to him. Shout out to Sean Bullard. Shout out to all my guys, J-Run, J-Tan, the homies. Ronbo, thank you for all that you do, brother. And also, shout out to production, man. Nobody ever shouts out production. I want to give a shout out to production for always putting the show on, man. I don't want them to go unnoticed. We love them too. Thank you, production. And obviously, Ronbo, thank you.
That's
brother.
Awesome.
You
Thanks,
have a good
fam.
night.
Production, thank you. And Hayden is waiting on you. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Shout out to Hayden too, Ronbo. Have a good night, brother.
Night, Jay. God, Antonio, man, dude, Rosales. I can't wait to. One thing I'm going to enjoy, Jimmy has a great year next year, just to throw it in Antonio Rosales' face. Antonio, how you look now, man? You going to shut up? Hey, Lee, come on in, man. Lee.
What's up, Ronbo?
Lee, man, have you heard of this guy named Daz? What's Daz's last name? The wide receiver?
You bet your bottom dollar I have, Ronbo.
Oh, talk to me about Daz. I knew you did, Lee. And see all that in the back. George likes him.
What's that, Ronbo?
George likes Daz. What's his last name again? I was just gonna type in Daz.
He's
and I knew I was gonna get it right away.
Daz Newsome from North Carolina. He's a good day 3 pick. He's a smaller guy. You probably use him probably more in the slot because he doesn't have great size. He's decent though, and he can kick return. And I've liked him for quite a while when I first seen him, especially for a day 3 guy, Ronbo. Like value, he could be an upgrade over like Kendrick Bourne, like George was saying. And he's pretty good.
That's good news because the fact of the matter is we don't want to use one and day 2. Well, day 2, you're right. 1, 2. You do get a 3rd round pick in day 2, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You get him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, day 2 you got your 2nd and our 3rds, but you probably pick him up on day 3 with
you got 3 3rd round
between
picks,
the 4th and the 5th round. Yeah.
See, because we need a slot guy, it sounds like, for cheap and can get the job done. And we definitely need a kick return. You know, you guys, I'm telling you, this guy Daz might be on the big board already. But go ahead.
Yeah, it depends what we look at. Like if we want to maybe upgrade a Kendrick and a Richie, or replace those guys so we don't have to offer them contracts. Richie would probably get a good price, so Ronbo, because he was underutilized all those years. I remember when we got him that year, he was like a 5th round pick, and he didn't get much shine because Kyle was trying to give Pettis all those chances. And I felt like he was like a better player than him from the very beginning.
It was way
tougher. I said that to a lot of people. And he was just more consistent too, Ronbo. Like he had really limited chances in our team, but when he did, he made big plays. Like against the Bucks that year, he made that big touchdown. I remember he had that kick return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I think it was the Seahawks.
Richie's not a bad football player.
I just don't see any point in bringing OBJ to the Niners, Ronbo, because he's a great player. Like I'm an LSU fan, and I've always liked his game. Like Shay said, he's a great route runner, one of the best in the league, and he probably would create a lot of opportunities for Jimmy, because you've seen Jimmy's connection, like he was saying, with Sanders that year. That was his go-to guy, Ronbo. And Odell's probably more talented than a guy like Sanders, and that could work. But the thing is, it's the price, Ronbo. Like I don't think we can afford to give. I think around $15 million, he'll be a hit on the cap for the next 3 years.
I saw that.
We can do that. Yeah. If it was 2018 before we got Debo and Ayuk, then that's a real good possibility to try and get him, because we probably get him for cheap, because if Cleveland are looking to free up cap money, he's not young either. Like a guy you look at, here's a good example. Kendrick Bourne's 25, right? He costs $3 million, 3.2.
3.26.
A guy like Odell Beckham, Odell Beckham is $15 million against your cap, and he's 29. And if you look at their production over, the last 2 seasons, he's probably he had 300-something yards. He got injured this year, Odell, and he had, I think, only a few touchdowns, maybe 3. A guy like Kendrick Bourne had 600, just under 700 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns, so it was only 1 shy, but more yards. And then you look at last year, Beckham had 1,000 yards and I think 5 touchdowns, where Kendrick had about just under 400, but he had more touchdowns. He had 6, I think. And then if you look at the salary, one's 5 times dearer than the other. So one's maybe give you a bit more production, maybe 20%, but you're paying 5 times the price.
And that doesn't add up. Yeah,
so it just makes no sense to get a guy like Odell when we've got bigger needs with the O-line. We could lose D Ford. Remember the other day, Ronbo, I said I thought we might. There's a few guys I thought we might go depending on the free agency between Quiddy paid to maybe replace Ford, even though he's a top D lineman. He's not really a D Ford kind of player though. And then there's the O line. It could be Slater or Darris. Or I'm not sure if we're going to do that. Quiddy pay, bring him in, Ronbo, because you remember when I said to you we could save, I think it was $23 million if we cut Richburg and Ford.
Yeah.
I heard someone was saying that we're probably not going to be able to cut Ford, because if he fails his physical, I think on April 1st, his money is fully guaranteed.
Oh, so you're going to have to do it. Don't you have to? Is there an option to do it before April 1st?
Nah, because it comes down to his physical. If he fails it,
he's going to fail
that money's all fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
He's going to fail it. Exactly. He's going to say, give me my money. I'm going to sit on the islands in the Caribbean and just throw my money around on the beaches.
And that's when, if I'm Buenos Aires, I don't care how big he is, I just started jump on him and start choking him. Because, if I'm Jen York, that's what I'm thinking about doing, Because, D, man, God, really? But if he retires, which I think, I got a feeling D's entertaining that thought.
I hope
the 49ers do, because you can't have the kind of injuries he does and continue to play the position he does. That's what I'm thinking. D is probably entertaining that thought.
serious injuries to Ronbo. So yeah, just before I go, I feel like we probably could go like O-line. I hope, or a defensive back would be nice, one of those top corners if they fall. But yeah, we might get a D lineman maybe in the later rounds. Where there's Roche from Miami, and there's guys like real athletic guys like Osai. If one of those guys we can pick up in the second round, that could be where we get D line there to replace Steve Ford. But before I go, I just want a quick shout out. Thank you, Ronbo, for everything you do, and a shout out to some of the callers: John V, Alice, Mel. Who else I got? Oh, shout out to Trey and Rome and Shay, the TNT guys. Shay's always smart with what he says. So shout out to him, Ronbo, and thank you for everything. Good night.
All right, thanks, Lee. And he didn't leave you. Hayden, he meant to say.
Oh, sorry, Ronbo.
What?
I forgot the man himself, old Night and Mike. He's probably the most entertaining caller. Yeah. They keep bringing your stuff, Night and Mike. I don't always agree with you, but you're pure entertainment.
Mike comes right off the Hollywood set, isn't he?
Thanks, Ronbo.
Lee. Thanks, fam. Always love to hear from you. We'll see you Friday, Mike. Let's see, now you got me using Mike's name now. Lee, we'll see you Friday.
I don't know, bro.
All right. Hey, Jay.
Ronbo.
Hey, Jay. It's Jay. We got two Jays. And Jay, wait a minute. What's the other guy? What does he say all the time? It's Buck. In his truck trying to make a buck. I'm in my big truck trying to make a buck. Yeah. Jay, come on in, man. I'm looking at OBJ because when I saw his name come on my info here, I says, what? What? No. OBJ, they're gonna get cash casualty? Are you serious? So I said, I wonder what Kyle's thinking. But he's too expensive. But everybody we got right now. But Trent Williams, we don't even, what he needs, we're already over the cap, I think, 18, something like that? And he needs 20 plus? I'm trying to understand how they're going to do these deals anyway. But then I said, well, and that could be the case. If you got plans on signing Trent, Verrett, possibly Juice, and K1, well, hell. If you can do all that, you may as well add one more. I'm thinking Kyle. I wonder what he's thinking. But, Jay, are you even interested in OBJ at 28 years old, coming off an ACL injury?
I mean, for like a second next year and a fourth or something slight. Ain't nothing serious. I definitely want to give up a second
because he's got an injury. He's 28, But, yeah. And the Browns are behind, up against the wall. They can't sit there and argue because they're trying to dump cash.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind having a talent like that on the offense, but we don't really need it. I mean,
Not
we got
really.
two young stud wide receivers, and then there's a lot of receivers in this draft and going to be in free agency that we can replace. And we can worry about the other areas.
And there's going to be more, too, Jay. Between now and when they cut everybody loose, there's going to be like an army of talent. And I'm not talking just guys who got cut because they're marginal. There's going to be some serious blue-chip ball players out there looking for jobs. I can't imagine who it's going to be, but Richard Sherman is already out there. Already. The 49ers told him already straight up, Sherman, we done, man. But we really appreciate you. We can't afford you. How many other players
You just said blue chip players, and then mentioned Richard Sherman at the same time.
You know what I mean? I meant he used to be blue chip. I mean, John Gruden almost went to jail trying to get him by tampering. So he's still wanted.
Yeah, not by us though. We need a cover man corner. It's easy to play zone.
Yeah,
we need somebody that can cover man.
True.
And I mean, we can make a lot of cap room, like you say. You probably got like 18 mil right now. I mean, we cut D Ford and Richburg. That's another 22 mil. We could say that's 40 mil.
Jay.
Then once we get rid of Jimmy, that's about 60.
But
that's about 64 mil right there.
Jay, one question though, because somebody said if you try to cut D, and he fails the physical. Lee just said that's dead money. Is that right? Somebody else in the chat said that's not true.
We do. It is a dead money that we would have to take on, but getting out of that contract and just taking on that dead money, and we still gonna free up some money, but it ain't gonna be as much as he passed the physical.
He ain't gonna pass the physical. D Ford is seriously hurt. I mean, the 49ers don't want to talk about it. And, even the writers aren't saying nothing. But D Ford is seriously hurt. He could not come back. And when you start talking about back and neck injuries and you coming off the edge, you're done.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, even if we keep him on the roster, that money gonna count against us. So we might as well save some kind of money and get rid of him.
Good point. That's
and
a good point.
save the roster spot. Unless they believe he can give us something next year, 15 plays a game or something. Unless they think he can do something, ain't no point in keeping him around. It's time to move on from these players. Him and Richburg and Jaden Hurd.
Yeah. D is not because and actually the first year we got him, remember his hamstring? It never would heal up. And when he did come back in against the Saints, pulled on the first play. I said, D, man, why don't you take yoga or something, man? How's anybody that tight?
Man. And then I heard you talk about earlier about Kyle don't want nobody coming in and doing his own thing on the offense. Well,
freelance.
The best time freelance. The best time we seen Jimmy was when he won those 5 games where he came in and didn't throw it to the first read and scrambled and made a good play, made a good throw during those 5 games. That's how he was playing.
And I wish
Kyle.
So
Kyle got to take things like that into consideration.
I wish Kyle would learn from that too, but it doesn't look like he did. Did you notice that CJ and Nick and Jimmy all pretty much look similar in the pocket? Kyle wants you to stay there because he believes in Kyle's philosophy, somebody is always open. See, but Kyle, if the offensive line,
but Kyle ain't got no track.
Go ahead.
He ain't really got no track record to back himself up saying that I need a robot at quarterback. He hasn't won nothing with these robots. I mean, Matt Ryan was the closest one, but Matt Ryan also had enough,
Look at the receivers he had.
To change the play and do what he wants. You know what I mean? It wasn't just Matt Ryan was out here. That's why most analysts, when they talk about Matt Ryan coming to the 49ers, they say, well, Matt Ryan and Kyle Shanahan ain't really get along too much.
That's because, like what you're saying, Kyle wants you to do things a certain way, and it gets to be a problem if you don't. And also, Matt Ryan had the perfect slot. He had Julio. He had Muhammad. The dude had, I don't know how you go fail with that group, and he didn't. MVP.
Yeah.
So, but Kyle needs to know, Kyle, you ain't got Julio, Sanu, and Taylor Gabriel. You need to let the quarterback improvise sometime. It's anyway. Jay, our time flew, man. I can't believe it.
He's gonna be like Andy Reid. He's gonna be like Andy Reid in Philadelphia with Donovan McNabb. That's Jimmy G and Kyle Shanahan till he move on to his second team and get him a Deshaun Watson or something.
God, I think this year the receivers might be lit. I think his plan may work. Anyway, Jay, we gonna roll. I'm about to go, Jay. Friday, Jay. I want to see you every show because we see you 2 or 3 weeks apart or a week apart.
I guess I do. I want to be calling there, but man, some of these fans just like my mama said. You know what I mean? If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
Everybody's mama said that. Boy, I got that told me so many times. I hate fam.
Oh yeah, check out Scary Terry from Florida State.
Wait, what's his name?
This year DK.
What's his name?
Terry. What's his name?
Did you say Terry?
That's Scary Terry, Florida State. He's a wide receiver.
Did you say DK. Scary Terry?
Yeah, that's a Scary Terry.
I can't wait to put that in. Yeah, Florida State. Okay.
He's 6'4". He's 6'4", fast. He like DK. You can get him like in the 3rd, 4th round.
Oh, all right. I'm on it.
All right, Ronbo. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you do. You and your staff. You have a blessed night. Have a blessed night, faithful. The 5 first rounds for Deshaun Watson. Let's go. Night. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's get it.
Right, Jay. Drive carefully out there, fam. Talk to you later.
All righty. Have a blessed one.
Do. Yo, Jay. Fly guy.
Already.
Fly guy.
Ronbo.
Go ahead, man.
What's good?
Fly guy, man, it's like OBJ night, and he's our featured guest, and the guy that we're voting on is whether or not we need to get an OBJ, because, Kyle wanted this guy really badly a couple of years ago. When we got D Ford, the only reason we got D Ford is because we couldn't get OBJ, right? So here we are, a couple of years later, and there he is again. He's available. Fly guy, you don't have to pay so much this time. Are you interested?
I seen it on your Facebook, and I was like, can we give him D Ford? Because we can't get rid of D Ford. We cannot get rid of D Ford. We stuck with D Ford. Only thing we can do, wait till June 1st and try to cut him June 1st. If he passed the physical,
he ain't gonna pass it.
Then we stuck.
D Ford's
like,
his body.
That's what I was saying about John Lynch. We hire a general manager that have no clue what he's doing. Think about it. Why would you want to sign a contract like that for a guy that give him a 1-year deal, a 2-year deal, or 3?
I got to tell you though, Fly guy, you got a good point here. You know why? Because the first thing D Ford did when we signed him, I got a knee issue that kicks up about this time, same time every year. What? How is that? Who has?
Yeah, man, we in trouble.
Who has a knee issue that kicks up the same time every year? Man, get your ass up. I gotta go call. I'm gonna call Kansas City. You gotta go back. Oh God! Every year, and he does.
Yeah. God. We're in trouble, man. Like, we cannot get rid of D Ford. Even if we get rid of him when he passed the physical, and we still lose some money.
Yeah.
Like, that was a bad deal. That was one of the worst deals for a rookie general manager. Like, and then we in the same position right now with Jimmy G. You gave Jimmy G more money than I was looking at some quarterback. Jimmy G is right there with all the top quarterbacks. After 5 games, we could have signed Jimmy G for like $10 million.
Well, he did make when he was out there. He did make the Super Bowl. Jimmy G though, at least
listen. After he won the 5 games,
if
we would have gave him $10 million, he would have took it. Ronbo.
No, he wouldn't have. Jimmy G was hot commodity after that. You win 5 games.
He was a backup quarterback.
Yeah, but you won 5 games. You don't. Everybody.
Lamar Jackson is making making $10 million, $12 million, I think, something like that.
Yeah, but he
made the playoff every year.
He's on his rookie contract.
That's why I was saying Jimmy G was a backup. He would have took that money. John Lynch is so excited.
I promise you, he didn't have to. Everybody was watching. The whole league was watching. 49ers didn't pay him. He was going to get paid because he looked like the next golden boy. Do you know he beat Brady? He was like the best thing in the league for that 5 weeks, stats-wise.
Okay, then let's give him 3 years. Let's give him 2 years.
Maybe that's such a long contract, though. True.
Yeah, don't just boom. Here's all the money we have. Like
it was a competition. I don't know who else is like lurking about, but yeah. But it's.
But OBJ sounds good. He sounds good, but just like we had Emmanuel Sender, it kickstart the offense. He can kickstart our offense.
I know. You cannot give this money. It's because OBJ. We cannot give 2 or 3. We lost a 2nd round and a 3rd round pick. That's too much for a guy that played a half a season and left. Damn, that was bad.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you one thing. This season is different than any other season. Now, all we have to do is just, everybody want to play for the 49ers like we're a brand name, like some Jordan or something. All we have to do now is lay back and let their team just want to get rid of them to the point where they don't have no choice. It's like this from Washington. God might be looking at this one Washington like, we won him, but we're going to let you struggle with him till you be like, just give us 1 pick and get him.
There's a few teams that are so far over the cap. I mean, the Saints, everybody's waiting on the Saints.
Yeah.
Because they got like 30, 40. First I heard 80 mil. Then somebody said 40 mil. I said, it can't be 80 mil because that's the entire cap. But 30, 40 mil, that's a lot of players.
Man, this year is different. It's like it's gonna be a lot of good players going for nothing. Like just give me a third round. Keep just watching soon.
Yeah, well, you know, people Watson's not leaving Texas, and there's a lot of reasons why he can't leave Texas. You know, if you're the owner, he's going to tell his guys, if Watson leaves, you guys can pack up and go with him. They're not letting him go because they screwed up. They should have, if they told Watson, we will talk to you before we make any choices of anything else, and lied to him, the owner's already mad. So you guys better find a way to keep him because you screwed up. You know, because that's the only thing I got left. If he doesn't stay, I got nobody coming in the seats next year. So you guys figured out. JJ's gone. That idiot I just fired, let D-Hop go. I got no team. You know, I know he's mad. So Watson ain't leaving this year. I don't know if he's going to sit out the whole season either.
We'll see, though, because now every team is just being patient. Like, there's no rush. Just let's see what everybody's working with, and then what the offer is when they can't get rid of the players. That's it.
Oh yeah, well,
just wait.
I assure you, that's just what it's like. Let's see who's the next. It's like Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay knows they can't let him go. Great quarterbacks, they're not easy to find.
But so you never know.
Hold on to these guys.
You never know, Ronbo, because now they're trying to bring down the salary cap. Every team want to bring down the salary cap.
Yeah, but if you don't have a quarterback, that's what we're trying to do. It's not helping you.
We signed so many bad deals and we can't do it. Like we signed so many bad deals.
That's impossible. That's for sure. But you're not going to see a lot of quarterbacks getting turned loose. That's just not going to happen. You already seen the one, and they had a deal.
What we need, that's why I keep saying every week, what we need is a franchise quarterback. We need that to build around him. So
yeah.
Just not the answer for us. He might be for another year.
Yeah.
But we need somebody for like 10 years straight, never miss a game, and play off every year. And we probably get like 2-3 Super Bowl out of him.
There's no such thing as 10 years. Nobody can predict that far ahead. In fact, you can't even predict.
No, I'm saying you can miss a few games, but you got to be on the field for most of your contract.
Well, we'll see.
Not
we'll see.
10 games out of 4 years or something like that.
But it is a game of violence, and I always tell people, say, when you guys aren't injury prone, I always tell that guy, you ever played football? Ain't nobody promised to be safe. That's what the kind of game it is. But we'll see. All right, Fly Guy, we got to roll, though. Let me see you Friday, fam.
I'll be there.
All right. Good night.
Yeah.
And there's Buero. Don't want to deal Grandpa OBJ. We have great weapons going Niners. I know. OBJ, in fact, OBJ at this point in his career is that guy you add if everything's normal, salary cap and everything is normal, and you say, "Whoa, okay, we'll add this guy to what we got," and it's like overkill now, type of thing. Otherwise, you probably do need to stay away from it. I was just dreaming because OBJ, I don't know what he's going to look like after he comes off that ACL. Let us go out to the blue skies and waters of Hawaii. Hey, Tony.
How you doing, Ronbo? Aloha.
Aloha. Tony, man, I just been having fun with OBJ tonight because OBJ is one of the first guys. You look at Ertz, you look at these names, Gilmore. These names are going to increase, Tony. This was so funny. When they said this, I didn't know what people said. You know what? The salary cap's going to cost a lot of teams to do a lot of reductions of a lot of probably good players. I didn't really in my mind, I'm thinking, now I'm seeing names already. And we're just in how many more weeks before free agency period? Another 3 at least, right? So
another month. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you something. This OBJ rumor kind of stinks to me because I went on over to overthecap.com and I'm currently seeing the Cleveland Browns have $22 million in cap space still. Odell Beckham definitely is their highest paid player, getting, I think, around $15 million next season. Mm-hmm. He's out of if they were to cut him now, there would be no penalty, but they have money over the cap. So I'm wondering where this rumor is coming from and Fowler. Why they. Okay.
And I got, what? Hey, guys, let me recommend, if you guys see the name Fowler on ESPN, keep going. Just keep walking. Nothing to see here. This is the second time I fell for Fowler stuff, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well, no, and the thing of it is, if I was in the market for Odell Beckham Jr., I would not want to pay very much to get him at all. I mean, honestly, like a day 3 pick at this point for 2 reasons. The talent is unquestionably there. He is getting closer to the age 30 season, and he is coming off of that ACL injury. But just look at the places where he has gone and the diva behavior that he has exhibited. He hasn't exactly been great for locker room chemistry anywhere that he's gone. Quite frankly, I thought the Browns played better last year without him than with him. So, sure. For a 6th round draft pick, maybe, but if this is like someone trying to cause trouble for the Browns, wait for the Browns to cut him and then see if you can get him on the open market without giving up anything at all. That being said, I mean, whatever. Kendrick Bourne might leave in the offseason. He's much cheaper and gets at least 3/4 of the production that an Odell Beckham Jr. would get. So I'd rather have Kendrick on the 49ers than an Odell, quite frankly, because also we know what we're getting season in and season out with Kendrick, and we don't really know what we would be getting with Odell because of that injury and because of the personality problems. I know Kyle coveted Odell back in the day, but that was before a lot of.
The only reason we got D Ford is because we couldn't get OBJ.
Oh,
remember?
Man, D Ford. Yeah. Well, you know what though? Oh man, I wish D Ford could just get healthy. So that's the other troubling thing. I know a few callers ago. Yeah, a few callers ago, someone alluded to the fact that the Niners are kind of jammed between a rock and a hard place with D Ford, and I took a look at David Lombardi's article in The Athletic about it, and it is pretty dismaying. Basically, D Ford has no reason to pass a physical. Okay, so like he already got paid. If he doesn't pass his physical, he's going to get paid, and then if he passes his physical, there's a high likelihood that we would cut him post June 1st. And even then, because of the deal that he originally signed, we would still only free up like $3.7 million of cap space for it. So it's for the 49ers, our best case scenario is that D Ford, gets healthy. And that would be something if we could get a healthy D Ford back. He and Bosa would just tear it up.
I would take that over anything. But I just can't see him returning. His injury sounds so serious. If it took him out a whole year, I wonder if he's getting any better. We're not getting any reports, Tony. They're keeping us in the dark. I don't understand.
They really are keeping. I think a lot of that too has to do with the PR surrounding the deal, and the fact of the matter is, look how quickly the fan base kind of turned on Jimmy G by and large. And just thinking about if D Ford is kind of holding us ransom, and really again, if I was D Ford's agent, I'd say D, get healthy, but if you don't pass that physical, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like we're all going to be happy no matter what.
This is what I hate about this world. Man is generally flawed as a species. That's evil. God.
Yeah. The other scenario I read about in that Lombardi article for D Ford is we could renegotiate the deal one more time and turn that $11 million injury guarantee into a bonus, which would then spread out essentially that contract again over 3 seasons and freeing up, I guess, twice as much, like $6 million in money in something like that. But then again, we're signing a guy who has a chronic bad back, who's just taking up an IR slot. I mean, IR, we have as many slots as you want, but at some point, Jed is going to be like, cut the crap, guys, just let him go. I'm tired of paying someone to not play. Right? I don't know. That's kind of, but
I need that spot in the roster exactly for somebody else that could come in and help.
Yeah, exactly. So, for us, I mean, best case scenario, D, the magic fairy comes and touches D Ford's knee and he gets healthy. And then maybe we also pick up another edge rusher in the draft. And then we have 3 strong rotation for edge rushers in addition to the depth that we already have, hopefully re-signing Jordan Willis. And we'll see about Deion Jordan because I do think Kerry Hyder is gone too. So, but all in all, man. Oy, oy, oy. But anyway, so yeah. So Odell, no thank you. D Ford, please get healthy. Please get healthy. That's my thought.
And that's everybody's wish. We all know that we're all pretty much, our minds are made up that D is seriously hurt. But if he could come back and be D Ford, nobody would complain. I mean, nobody. Yeah.
Nobody. Like Lynch called him the finisher, right? He closes out the play. So
the guys, lights out.
Just positive visualization, Ronbo. Imagine we got Nick Bosa, Kinlaw is healthy, Eric Armstead, and then D Ford. Those 4. I mean, that defense is going to be so good if he could only just get healthy.
Yes, because I'm
looking
for Javon to look a lot better this year. Tony, I feel so much better after talking to you, man. I hadn't thought about that, D Ford. I'll see you Friday, okay?
Sounds good. Take care of yourself. Aloha, Ronbo.
You too. Aloha, Tony. All right. Jets fan, if there's no, I guess I should remind people of this before the show starts. There's no racism tolerance. I got zero tolerance. I got zero tolerance for racism. I'll give you one shot. I saw that. Antonio Rosales he's not my favorite guy, but you will not be making remarks like that. If I see that again, you're out of here. Okay? I just want to make that clear. No racism on this chat, fans. I'm telling you guys, and it's the worst I hate a friggin' racist. All right. Hey, Renzo.
What's the deal?
Renzo, man, I'm sitting here and I'm as I said, I've been talking about OBJ, right?
Right.
And you know, mostly it's a thumbs down on OBJ. I think I was only excited because Kyle wanted him so bad. He is coming off of a nasty ACL tear, and he is 28. And how long is it going to take him to recuperate? And his body going to recuperate as well as it did when he was 23 or 24? I don't know, but yeah. What do you think?
OBJ, if you get him, you better throw him the ball 95% of the time, or you're going to have problems.
You're going to get mad.
You know how he is.
I know.
Because he probably got all kind of incentives in it, and he want his money. He ain't playing now.
Yeah. And he may not grow up. Odell's having trouble growing up. You know, some of the things, the antics he was pulling on the sidelines and stuff with the Browns. OBJ, and that little situation he did in the LSU's locker room. Oh, OBJ, man, what's wrong with you, man? You know, you can go ahead and act like a responsible. You don't even have to act like a responsible adult. Just act like a responsible individual in the NFL. Stop doing things. You know, can you off-season behave, or don't get caught, please? You know, so he doesn't have his issues.
But Ronbo, I kind of see this year. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be up under the cap, supposed to be going down or whatever. It reminds me of like the NBA, man. People gonna probably want to sign these little deals and try to drill them a little super team, man. Because with the 49ers, man, we want to go shopping in free agency, but who do we have the pick-skill players to come sign with us?
I just keep wondering how we go sign.
These 1 year deals, because everybody know the cap. Listen, you ain't finna get paid. A lot of y'all players ain't finna get paid these big contracts. So we need to get somebody to pitch to them like, listen, if we gonna go all in on Jimmy, like, listen, we got the offensive line ready. Listen, do you want to win a championship? Everybody's gonna try to play the New England role. Listen, because just like the Bucks, all they had to do is pitch Tom Brady. That's all they had to pitch. Listen, you coming to play with Tom Brady? Okay, I'll take this or this. Hey, there it is.
Hey, Renzo, you know what? You brought up something. Let me ask you this, though. Do you think, now, when you think about it, is, what if we tell our guys, like you said, you mentioned Belichick, and Belichick's famous for telling his people to go ahead and shop around and see what you can find. and then they end up coming back to him. No, okay, so I'd be afraid to do the Belichick with some of our guys, though. Man. Go ahead, take a look around, and I got this contract here waiting for you. So, you know, see if you can do better.
See, we ain't going to do that with our guys. We don't do that with people who ain't on the team, who we want to bring in. Our guys, we're going to take care of them. It's the ones we want to bring in. Because, like you said, we don't want to tear up this roster too much.
Yeah.
We already got a Super Bowl roster. We're not going to mess with that. But what pieces are we going to add in that we really need, you know?
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a scary time.
It's a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss. Like, it ain't guaranteed everybody's going to pan out in the draft. But we know in free agency, we know what we're getting, the products. We done seen these people. So, okay, listen. Do you want to come play with Jimmy, or if we get Watson, Ryan, listen, this is what we got. Do you want to play with this? This is what we can afford. If not, you hanging up the phone.
You know, it's a bigger track than anything. It's playing with Kyle. I think a lot of players really like what Kyle does. So we can get some people coming over. We'll find out, though. And soon, by the way, Renzo, because the exodus from some of these cap casualty teams is going to start soon. And everybody's watching New Orleans. They ain't got no money.
No money. And that's the funny thing, man. New Orleans, they going to get plucked apart.
How you going to get $40 million over the cap? That's insane. How did you do that? Because 175, They're right at the edge of the cap to begin with. I believe they had to play some penalty.
Hey man, I don't care. I hope they're over the cap. I put whatever I need off the roster that's gonna benefit me.
Yeah. And that's about it.
On that note, Ronbo, I'm at work and I'm out.
I can hear you. And working hard too, I can tell. All right, Rizzo.
Oh, yeah.
See you Friday.
Yes, sir.
All right. People thought that was Rizzo breathing loud. But Rizzo doesn't work. Can you believe Eddie Ramirez had the nerve to show up here? That's awesome. Oh, my God. No, he didn't. I thought he was done for the year, maybe his lifetime. After that embarrassing beatdown in the Super Bowl. Darius, come on in. Let's talk about Eddie Ramirez. Darius. Oh,
Eddie finally stopped crying after that Super Bowl loss. He decided the first thing he's going to do is going to hop on that Ronbo live stream because he has nothing better to do with his life.
I can't
He's
believe
still sitting
it,
in his
dude.
mom's basement, typing away on his little laptop, eating them little spicy hot Cheetos.
Running around in disguise.
I'm surprised he didn't make a new account or something.
I would have. He comes in, lets everybody know he's Eddie Ramirez. I'm the guy that you guys were taking. I was talking all kind of trash, and all of a sudden I left before the half. Hey, Darius. I think their quarterback set. Mahomes set a new record, 400 yards. Somebody said that. I thought they were joking. The Bucs ran him off the field. Good God, love it.
I mean, Ronbo, Mahomes in 2 Super Bowl games has 4 interceptions now. That's
I know you know.
If his brother ain't sucking the refs off before the game last year,
you know what I'm saying?
He would have 0 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
And nobody would be talking like Mahomes, like he's Mahomes. You know what I'm saying?
Like he's the greatest of all time, right? I didn't want to say anything because a lot of people think Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time, so I don't feel like getting into that argument. But I'm saying, Mahomes is showing he's kind of human here. But they got excuses. Well, he had a turf toe. He lost both his offensive line tackles, and he hit receivers right in the face with the ball, and they dropped the ball. See, these are excuses that the average man. I thought Mahomes was Superman.
Right. If you're paying someone $50 million a year, I expect them to catch the balls that they're throwing to. So, I mean, if Mahomes is getting $50 million, I want a perfect throw. If I see a single bad throw,
got to cut salary.
Ronbo.
That's right.
$50
I'm
million,
deducting it from his pay.
$50 million makes that's more than my entire neighborhood combined.
You know what? And the next one, because that's a half a bill.
Right, exactly.
Come on, man. Whoa. God. Anyway.
About Odell, we're not trading for the Odell. This isn't 2018, 2017. Odell, I think the reason why the Browns do want to trade Odell is because in Baker's rookie year and this year, Baker played better than he did with the year with Odell, right? Because with the year with Odell, he threw 20 interceptions. Jesus. And this year, he played a lot better. I think he went 7 or 8 weeks straight without turnover.
Darius. He stopped force feeding Odell. When you do that with any receiver, that's what ends up happening.
Right, because the thing about Odell is ever since his time in New York, he's always wanted the ball, right? And deservingly so. He's a very good receiver. But as a result, Baker Mayfield was because Baker Mayfield was his second year in the league. He wasn't anything at that time. So he wasn't trying to get get cut or something. So he did what Odell asked him to do, right? Because at the time Odell was a top 5 receiver, you could argue, and that backfired quickly. And this year he reaped the benefits of just relying on the run game and giving what the defense gives them. That's what every quarterback should do, in my opinion. That's what Jimmy Garoppolo does. And so trading for Odell. And if you want to trade for Odell, Ronbo, you got to give up Ayuk. I don't want to give up Ayuk for Odell.
No. I just said that they take that in a heartbeat. But no, that was science fiction. Just ignore that comment. Just strike it from the docket. I just said that's what they would do. They'd take that quickly. The Browns would be laughing at us for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I think John Lynch is going to know they cannot trade for a guy who has a very long injury history. I mean, from 2017, right? So 2017-2018 season, he started off the week with an ankle injury. He played in like 3-4 games, and then he he fractures his ankle, so he misses 11 games that year, right? 2018 season, his final season with the Giants, he misses another 4 some games. Last year he played his first full season, but then again this year he tears his ACL. So for all the Niner fans that love to complain about Jimmy Garoppolo, you're getting a Jimmy Garoppolo wide receiver, essentially, right? Because you're getting a guy
exactly worse. He's played more years, I think. Right. Let's just John Wick. I'll give you one warning: no spamming. John, one more time, and you will be given some time out. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so I don't think trading for Odell, and I don't think the Browns are even going to trade Odell. I think they're just listening to what people are like. They're just listening, right? Because every team does that. You know what I'm saying?
Know.
Unless
look at Jimmy.
it's a generational talent.
Yeah,
you know?
Jimmy's been traded every week, and and the thing is, the Browns, if they get rid of Odell Beckham Jr., their fan base is going to really have a problem with that. So you're probably right.
Right, because
we're going to hear a lot of this.
Every single offseason and every single trade deadline is always Odell Beckham Jr. Rumors, right? And they never happen except for the time. So it's not going to happen. And if it does, it's not going to be the Niners. I think if it does happen, it might be a team like New England who is in desperate need of a wide receiver, you know? But even then, we're not going to trade for him. It's not going to happen. All we need to do is just focus on that offensive line, focus on an edge rusher, because goddamn it, D Ford is not reliable at all. And it's a shame when D Ford plays. It's just so hard to stop because his speed at the edge is unlike anything in the league. So you have to double him because he's just going to go 1-2. He's right behind you because no offensive lineman is fast enough to stop him.
I mean,
it's a shame.
He's the only guy I've ever seen catch Kyler Murray by himself. Remember, he caught him in that game? Damn, D.
It's a shame because last year you saw our D line was best when he was out there. Our D line was best because his speed. This is the only thing his speed is just so good.
He has a great explosion.
There's nothing you can do about it. The lineman can't do anything about it. So it's a shame, but I think if you can get an edge rusher in the draft, your defensive line will be fine.
It's so sad.
I didn't know.
Anyway, Darius, we're gonna have to stop though. We're a little over time. But Darius, I'm looking for you on Friday. Hold that thought because I definitely want to know what it is. All right.
All right, Ronbo. I'll catch you later, man. Have a great day.
You too, Darius. And George, Jordy.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey! It's
Hi, Ronbo.
Hi, Chloe. So what are you two doing today?
Well, we just wanted to come on and say hi because we haven't in a while.
And a long while. I also count the days. I would get upset, but you're here now, so I'm not. How's everything?
It's great. We want to do the shout.
All
right, for Ronbo and the sports team, we just want to let you guys know we're always going to love you. We're putting on above you. Niners!
Oh! Yeah. Oh! I like it! Give me shout Niners! Jorge
that's what's up. The energy is not.
You know, fam, it's off season now. You know, there's a lot of anxiety and suffering and pain during the season because, like last year, right? We went through like misery almost every week. Eddie Ramirez, just shut up, man. Eddie Ramirez, Jorge, if you get a chance, you got to check out the chat. This guy is a Rams. Wait, I think he used to be a Rams fan, and then after this, after the Kansas City Chiefs won, he became a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Is there anything you've ever met or saw a guy that shamelessly lets you know that he's a bandwagon fan. No, if I'm going to be a bandwagon fan, I'm going to try to do it and make sure nobody notices, right? Not this guy.
he's one of the worst sloppy troll souls that are in here.
I like that. Sloppy soul troll. I love it. Hey, that's your new name, Eddie. Oh, God, that's awesome. Hey, but Jorge, man, I'm looking at it. I want you to include his opinion on this one. Like OBJ, right, might be available. It might be just writers. They start writing crazy things between now and free agency. But OBJ's 28. He's getting off an ACL injury. Kyle wanted him so bad the year before last, before we got D Ford. Is that something that you would like give him a couple of third-round picks and say, okay, we'll take OBJ? Because it looks like teams are starting to worry about who they cannot afford, right? So this could be right. It could be just a joke. I don't know. But what do you think?
I don't know. It's with all players, things always float up, and it's up to the coaches and these, the folks representing them. They figure and pan it all out, right, due to budget, and then they see who we snatch up and grab and what's suitable for us. You know what I mean, within our pocket. But at the same time, people do things crazy, like you see with the Seahawks. People do crazy things, I mean, depending on the need or what they think they need, right?
Them and the Rams.
So for us, I think. Look, I mean, Bosa's he's trying to recover off an ACL too, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say we Bosa comes back healthy. Let's say they happen to have grabbed OB for some reason, right? They happen to just work things out, and somehow we talk about how it's a sweet deal, right? And he can produce, because we know he can produce amazing catches.
Yeah.
Now, if we can have that implemented in pivotal moments and it helps us in the clutch, that'd be great. Now, if it doesn't pan out, and I think we will be able to, we're going to surface to the top again. Chloe, tell them what we're going to do this year.
We are going to...
Yes! Chloe, talk to me. What are we going to do this year?
Win.
Yes! That is the word right there. Winning is everything.
And then Ronbo's going to be singing, ooh la la.
La. Ooh la 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 la. I mean, guys, I did not get a chance to sing that as much as I wanted to last year. I forgot to sing it for the Super Bowl. I was so delighted because there he was.
Oh my God.
The guy that got away with murder the year before.
And
I was going to like,
looking at their faces on the sideline, I'm like, aha! You know what that feels like now, huh?
hey, and Laurie, they couldn't even say anything about the refs cheating him because they got called on everything they should have got called on the year before. And, it was a wonderful thing.
I remember John Lynch talking about this. He says, he knows what it's like to win, the beautiful excitement of taking that trophy home, right? Back home to your stadium, hanging that flag up, right? But it's a punch in the gut when you lose, right? They got that punch in the gut this year. They were supposed to get that punch in the gut, whether it had been from us. And thank you that Tom got him, right? They got that really, I'm telling you, that put a dent in Mahomes' career, right? Because he's like, well, regardless, that's on your resume. And no matter what you say and do, man, the dude came in, right, with his crown. I don't care how many L's he's got. He's been there hella times. He's got more W's than L's, okay?
Hey.
So he got you. And he's out here from the backyard, San Mateo, from Kelly.
Yes,
that talent came out of California soil. So I don't care what they talk about.
So he representing. Hey, and Jorge, you know what's really the scary thing? I never knew about this. But they say once Tom Brady beats a quarterback, he stays beat. He'll never be back. Ooh.
I want to see how everybody tries to talk about all this Super Bowl hangover with the Chiefs to see how this pans out. I don't know if they come out still firing or not, but I'm telling you that put a dink in them. I mean, you hear what he said on the audio. He's like, man, you're a legend. He told him twice, you're a legend. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He got him. You know what I mean? He knows that's it. You know what I mean? That L's on your resume. Well, ever.
And Shannon Sharp, man, he couldn't even talk after that game, man, because him and Skip, boy, I was laughing. Skip comes in wearing Tom Brady's jersey. Shannon's sitting over there in the dark. Skip. I started not to come in here, Skip.
He said, Shannon was like, I want to be mad, but I can't.
You got to be careful when you pick the wrong team. It's just rough on you, man.
Oh, my God.
God, I can't wait. But we'll be back, though, next year, Jorge. I'm telling you, man. We ain't done.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we just got to get healthy.
We're gonna get some good picks. We're gonna get some good picks. I don't care about everybody else speculating on what we don't hit on. What matters is what we hit on, because that's what's gonna boost our team.
And they're gonna be fired up too. You know, because the 49ers thought they were supposed to do a lot better than they did last year, so they're gonna be like crazy fired up. Everything. We gotta have the right conditions. So no COVID. Let's go to OTAs. Let's get in shape. Let's get some contact before the game. You know, don't. First game we play is contact. That ain't good. We had injuries first game. Oh, man.
Yep.
But anyway, Jorge, man, I'm going to take it.
Ronbo.
Yes, Corey. What?
Love you.
Love you back, little lady. We're going to go, guys. I'm going to tell you what. Would you guys not take a month? Every other month is not enough, all right? We got to have y'all in here more often, okay? So we can be back.
We'll slide in.
I know you're busy.
And bring our energy. And our energy is just as much as yours energy, man.
Yes, it is. That's why I like it.
The next season. It's going to be good.
And hey, what I got to do is we got to do a recording of Ooh La La together. So every time things go good, we flash this up on the screen. There we are. A 3, a 2, a 1. I said, I wish I knew then what I know now. And then I'd sing, oh, so loud. I singing, ooh la la. Guys, hit with it. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la. That's such a feel-good song.
Ooh la la to W. Collins.
Yo. Hey, all right, fam. I'm going to see y'all later, okay?
Much love to every one of you, all the groups in our fan base. I love y'all, Mod Squad, everybody that backs you, Ronbo. We send love and support to all y'all. We know y'all have love for us, so we just send you back big time. And Chloe, sign out.
Love you guys.
Isn't she adorable?
Gang.
All right. All right, fam. Talk to y'all later. There you are. Jorge, Chloe. And of course, here he comes, the TNT Slayer himself, Hayden.
There's no TNT. It's light, Rob. I can't see him. I can't see him. Trey showed up midway, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hey son. Oh yeah, hey Trey." And then we're like, "Oh, where'd he go, Ronbo?"
You know, this is the fun thing about
Ronbo. I'm getting noticed on the Grant Cohn show, Ronbo. That's how popular I got with these TNT fans.
Oh, yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, Hayden, keep building that reputation. You know, you.
It's hilarious.
You know, the thing is, so you got to catch up with Niner Mike. Niner Mike is the Hollywood showstopper. So you got to compete with Mike. And who else? And also, Fly Guy has become because he's so unusual. Let's see, who else?
Oh yeah, Ronbo, did you get Jets fan out of here, because he was like saying I said this and accusing me of that. I was like, bro, what's your problem, bro?
No. Jets fan, Hayden, if anybody can deal with him, you can. He knows any racist remarks, he's gone. So you got to beat him up. And the rules, I try to make sure everybody goes by them. If we throw him out, that means we're being what could we say? We're being unfair. I got to wait till he breaks the rule. Yeah. So
John Wick over here like spamming, like, damn, bro, okay.
No, John Wick, he's got one warning. He gets caught spamming him, he will be timed out. Hey, but Hayden, let's talk about OBJ for a minute. Now, OBJ is probably a joke. He's probably not available. But I thought about Kyle, just because. Do you want some OBJ in the San Francisco locker room?
I mean, it'd be cool, but the money, Ronbo.
Yeah, he is expensive.
I just don't want him to mess up, because it's weird. OBJ can be so respectful sometimes, but then he just loses it sometimes. So, sometimes, when he gets tackled or he picks up the defender sometimes. And
he always gets in a fight. Yeah, he's famous for getting into fights with the defenders.
But then sometimes he gets in a fight. So I don't know what to think about him, because sometimes he's nice, sometimes he's. So I don't. I don't know if that'll be good for the locker room because that locker room's kind of looking a little sketchy after McKinnon. I don't know now. Maybe it's all not all. I don't think it's all pretty like everyone is saying.
Yeah, I know. You know what's so funny? You bring that up. I forgot about that. I wonder if Jet was sitting around the locker room looking all
peeled.
like
Everyone was like, "Oh, I want to go to the Niners," and then he just like, it's like, bro, hey, we could have released you 2 years ago, okay? So just don't say nothing.
Hey, you bring up an interesting. Yeah, I wonder if anybody else is walking around the locker room mad. Because I didn't know Jet was not happy. I mean, I know he wasn't. He wanted to play more, but I know when Debo asked him.
Good.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, when Debo asked him about whether he's coming back or not,
stuff ran out. Your legs just ran out. So what do you mean?
Yeah.
Why can you be mad? You're not playing good. We have Jeff Wilson Jr. running 200 yards on the Cardinals and Seahawks. So just no, thank you.
Well, everybody has an ego. Yeah, everybody has an ego. You know, he doesn't want to say. He doesn't care how bad he's playing. He wants the ball.
I saw this funny album cover that someone made on Instagram. It was like Jerick McKinnon by the Niners, or no, it was like na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. It was like hilarious. This video that I saw. It was hilarious.
And you hear about some of the remarks they said about him during the middle of the season. Why do they call him Jet? I said, he used to be Jet. He just took his engines down or something. He wasn't ready to play last year. No, we're going to see him next year, Hayden, somewhere else.
Like JJ though, because you never made like a topic on it, but I kind of want to bring that up for a little bit.
JJ what?
Because if JJ goes like with Nick Bosa, imagine that one. Just think about that.
See, I thought about that.
He's better than Eric Armstead. He is. Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. Him and Eric Armstead play the same position. Eric pretty much, sets the edge on the run plays and moves in the middle toward pass plays. How many snaps would be? I don't think JJ wants to play. They already put too much money in Eric Armstead. Unless they could find a way to get rid of him. But I don't think you want to get rid of Eric Armstead because JJ's like ready to retire in another year or two.
Yeah, I don't know. Cause I just was thinking about it. I was like, dang, that would be good.
I did too. I posted it up. I said, can you imagine Nick and JJ?
They have to think about this. They just can't blow it off. They just can't blow it off like in front of nobody.
He's a free agent though. He's going to go where he wants to go.
He's good off the field too, so he's gonna.
Oh yeah.
He gets the defense ready. He's kind of like he'll be kind of like a Richard Sherman.
Oh, he'd be so many things, and for the community. I mean, JJ's a humanitarian. The guy's like amazing.
Walter has a year award. Like, come on. Yeah.
He's a great human being, but he's going to go where he wants to go. I thought he'd go play with his brother, but I don't know if maybe the Steelers don't want him or something because now he's talking about going to the Browns.
I don't know. I mean, the Browns do have Miles. They have a pretty good defense, but they have that injury bug, Ronbo. The Browns.
They have what?
I mean, like they almost have the same amount of injuries as us, and that's saying a lot, Ronbo. To compete with the Niners on injuries.
I know no team should have.
We have like 5 players go down every game, Ronbo. The first week, we didn't have Tebow.
I was watching.
He broke his foot in free aid or off season, Ronbo. I cannot believe that.
This is going to be Jalen Hurts. This is going to be his year, though. Watch and see. Jalen Hurts he's going to get out there. Nothing's going to happen to him. All of our guys that went down, Debo's not going to have any problem with his legs. Jimmy's going to stay on the field all year. You're going to see Weston Richburg, if we can't get rid of him. Weston Richburg, he's going to play all 16 games of the schedule. I'm dreaming. And D. Ford will make a comeback this year, and he'll stay on the field all year. Oh, no.
Last offseason, everyone was like, Jalen Hurts. Oh, Dante Pettis. What did I say to you? I'll buy a Dante Pettis and a Jalen Hurts jersey if they played good. What happened? Dante Pettis is not even a basically not a team anymore. When was the last time he played on the field?
Oh, God.
And
Jalen,
then he's on the Giants, but that's the Giants. I don't need to say anything.
Well, he made a
and
touchdown.
Then, and then
Be careful.
You got Jalen Hurts. Who can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
He can't even get into training camp.
Well,
so please don't want to say later, like in 2 months, oh, look at Jalen Hurts. Don't, please, people.
Don't say anything. Yeah, bad luck. True.
Let him play. Let him play 1 week and then maybe
and then cheer.
Let him play a week in the NFL.
Hey, we gotta wrap it up. Let me see Friday, okay?
Bye, Ronbo. Sorry, I just had to get that off.
No, it's fine. It really is. It's okay. All right. Have a good night. Okay, chat. I warn you. Here he comes. He's coming back. Ellis, come on back, man. What's up? Okay.
Ronbo.
Okay. Yo, Ellis, what happened?
No, Ronbo. This I heard you talking about special teams. There's this guy I was going to tell you to check out. I sent it to you. He's from some school in Texas, North Texas or something like that. He is crazy with the footwork.
Yeah.
But I want you to check him out whenever you get a chance, fam. I was just going to let you know because I know special teams is an important thing for us this year. And I know a lot of us forget about that when we talk about the offense and defense. But
all right. You know what, though? I'm going to make it a point to check your DM because you must have a number of people that I got to check out. Because you've been telling me about this for a while.
No, a slew of players for sure. And I agree with you.
Viewing.
I don't want Brandon Ayuk being our guy. I don't want because I just worry about him getting hurt. He's just not. He can do it, but I don't want to put that on him. I'd rather get him acclimated with the offense and get him at top speed with his with his skill level.
Absolutely. All right.
But yeah, peace and love, fam. That was it.
Hey.
Yes,
I'm glad you pointed it out. I'm gonna go check it out because I've been meaning to get back to that for about a while. I mean, a week. Time could go by so fast when your day is too jam packed. But thanks, fam. I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Thanks, Ellis.
No doubt, family. Peace and love, brother Ronbo.
Back at you, fam. All right.
Later.
Night. Oh, yeah. I really got hungry. Every time we do this, I get hungry. And it's probably it's not Mike's fault. I burn up a lot of calories when I'm working with him. Mike, you know I'm playing, man. Love all you guys. You know this. Hey, fam, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to see you Friday and see what develops. Because, there's going to be these interesting little tidbits on a daily basis. Now we got to sort through and see who do you think is just talking to be talking and who's really making sense. I can warn you right now, Mike Florio, you should have seen the trash he was talking last year. Ignore that man. He's insanely, he hates Jimmy like he is Jimmy's number one hater. He's been getting rid of Jimmy ever since 2019. It pissed him off so bad when Jimmy and the 49ers were the Super Bowl. He couldn't believe it. And, of course, he picked the Chiefs. And every week he picked the 49ers to lose. And, of course, the 49ers went 13-3. So he's really still steaming. And actually, he wishes the 49ers would trade Jimmy to the Vikings to get Kirk Cousins. I could tell because he said, well, Kyle Shanahan's probably going to want to get his quarterback, and as you know, that's Kirk Cousins. Mike. Now I get it. You don't like Kirk Cousins, and you wish you had Jimmy G in Minnesota. So that's Mike's, that's his whole MO. Fam, I'll see you Friday, and Eddie Ramirez, you're a joke, and I love you. Eddie, keep coming in. You, and for nothing else, you serve as comedy relief. And your boy Joseph Smiley. Glad to see you guys are back. So you give my guys raw meat to eat. Oh! Later!